tonight's live Facebook record sale. I don't know. I need to ask Paul, is that new stuff he just brought up? Because we had 5 crates we didn't get to last night. And he's been pricing stuff, so. No, that's stuff from last night. I think this is the stuff he did. There was 5 crates from last night. Huh? Yeah. There's 5 crates that we probably need to. You might want to run back there and ask him. Will up here. Because, yeah, I think this is stuff he worked on today. Uh-oh, Veeden Fleece. That looks nice. Okay, welcome everybody. Sorry we're a few minutes late. We were working on the massive pre-orders we have. Let's get everything shared. Welcome, it's Wednesday night. We've got new vinyl releases tonight. Some really good stuff we're going to go through, along with new vintage stuff. Let me share that there. Nashville whiskey. All right, now let's get it shared over on Instagram. There's Instagram. We need to go to YouTube first. There's YouTube. I'm going to share that. Copy link. Let's go over here to Instagram. I don't know if I even posted. I don't think I posted tonight's. I don't think I did. We had some hot pictures I didn't even get to, so that's okay. Sorry. Getting it shared over here on Instagram. Boom. Chat. Uh-oh. Log in. I don't like the sound of that. I think I did change the password. Wrong password. I don't like the sound of that either. Select all squares with traffic lights. Don't you love that? This is going to be inoperable one day because AI will be able to figure that out. There's tonight's chat. Yeah, I put the 5 crates that didn't sell from last night back there, so we'll have a lot of stuff. We've got, once again, we've got 8. We've been averaging 6 crates of vintage a night, and that's not having any new vinyl. Tonight, we've got 4 crates of new vinyl, counting the entire crate of Foo Fighters, and 8 more crates. So we've got another full-length, complete show. We're probably going to go to 11 o'clock, full-length show. Let me get the camera tilted down just a little. Full-length show. We've got... sorry, let me get this adjusted. I can't do 2 things at once. Y'all have learned that by now. Probably go from like now to 11, especially since we're starting almost a half hour late. We had a lot of pre-orders come in. Everybody, please share the feed. Not only were we late tonight, some people may not thinking we're on, but we're also, we need to get it shared, right? Okay, I don't know if I'm going to go through this crate or not. Let me go through it very quickly, and then I've got new stuff to show you, okay? Stone Temple Pilots Purple. Stone Temple Pilots Purple, $31.99, clear vinyl. Steely Dan, Countdown to Ecstasy, $36.99. Matchbox 20, Yourself or Someone Like You, red vinyl, $29.99. Jane's Addiction, Nothing Shocking, $29.99 for Jane's Addiction. Gin Blossoms, New Miserable Experience, $33.99. The Go-Go's Greatest Hits is $33.99, and Great White Recover, red and white vinyl, that is $31.99. Flock of Seagulls, that's on orange vinyl, $36.99 for a flock of seagulls. Five Finger Death Punch, Decade of Destruction, that's on crimson red vinyl. That has Bad Company on it, $36.99. Depeche Mode, Celebration, Black Celebration, that is $39.99 for Depeche Mode. Dire Straits, Money for Nothing, 2LP, green vinyl. Bob Ludwig, Bernie Grunman, that's $49.99. That's like a Dire Straits Greatest Hits. Fishbone from Music on Vinyl, that is $44.99. Fishbone, that's numbered, limited, and colored vinyl. And Soundgarden A-Sides, that's a Soundgarden's Greatest Hits, $38.99. If Seth's responsible for late start, no, it's kind of me and Tanner joint responsibility. I got here late. We had a ton of new vinyl. I didn't have price sheets for Ed, so he didn't have anything priced or unboxed, and that's my fault. And then Tanner's been helping with shipping. I'll have a shipping update and announcement. I'm going to let everybody get on. But that was Soundgarden. This crate's been gone through several times. Soundgarden, Fishbone, Dire Straits, Depeche Mode. This is Five Finger Death Punch, Flock of Seagulls, Great White, Go-Go's, Gin Blossoms, Jane's Addiction, Matchbox 20, Steely Dan, and Stone Temple Pilots, Purple. Oh yeah, Seth's always responsible for something, that's for sure. He's not here tonight, so we can really, really pick on him. Where is he tonight? Wednesday night? He has church on Wednesday nights, so he's at church. He's at church. Okay, let me grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crates of new vinyl. I'm going to try to do a crate of new vinyl, then do a crate of new vinyl, and do a crate of vintage vinyl, then a crate of new vinyl, then a crate of vintage vinyl. Yes, and then the one damaged one. That's all pre-sold, and that's all pre-sold. Yeah. And I don't have the sheets printed yet, but they're ready. All right, first thing we'll show is the biggest release of the week, which is the new Foo Fighters album. If you know for sure you don't have one, they're $29.99. I don't have everybody's name keyed in, but I'm just going to read it from the Facebook post. This is the new Foo Fighters album. If you're not familiar, we have a group called Whole Lotta Records. That's where we post pre-orders for all the new releases. If you're on your cellular device, you can go to Facebook, Whole Lotta Records, pin post, and then up here I have lots of pre-orders. Some things have already come in I need to take off, but there's some stuff that's still active that you could go ahead and reserve. I try to cut off the orders after about 72 hours after it's run its course on Facebook. But I'm going to read off everybody's name in order who pre-ordered a Foo Fighters new album. These are $29.99. Foo Fighters new album is $29.99. $29.99. That's on white vinyl. New Foo Fighters. I've got 9 left. We've pre-sold 49, and I had 1 damaged. So I've got 9 left to sell. And the pre-order for that, this is not in any order, but I'll read everybody who I'm going to write down. And that's Jeff Helton, Michael O'Brien, Tracy Poston, Matthew Christ, Katie Gomez, Andrew Sansparino, Ron Stoltz, Michael Potts, Brian Dismore, Chris Kirkley, David Pelham, Nick Pullen, Joe Sandinigo, Jesse Hood, Sherry Darnell, Scott Corcoran got 2 of them, Scott Fish got 1, Keith Moyers, Kristen Barnett, Jay Parr got 2 of them, Rhonda Drar, Courtney Eatman, Jeff McIntosh, Jerry Stone, Chris Crowley, Paul Bill got 2 of them, Bill Walton, Matt Hamilton, Rich Recor, Mike Massey, Tillman Smoot, David Taylor, Dylan Weishaupt, Jason Kenton, Anthony Smith, Kenny Bale, Corey Wade, Matt Algram, Bob Reiger. Number 1 was Bob Reiger. And then Paul Brothers, Kyle Gregory, Tracy Miller, Michael McDowell, Felix Quintanilla, and Mark Robinson. That's everybody who got a Foo Fighters. This is the indie exclusive white vinyl. I'll read over that list in just a second because I'm sure here in a minute I'll have some people say, did I get a Foo Fighters? And they don't remember if they bought one or not, which is understandable. I posted it back on May 5th. It's been almost a month ago. So these are $29.99. I've got 1 sold live here to Wayne Carr, and that's the first sale of the night. And Craig Proper wants one. This is the indie exclusive white vinyl. It's called, boy, it's hard to read. But Here We Are. Of course, this is the newest album since the passing of Taylor Hawkins. Yeah, this is the newest Foo Fighters album since the passing of their longtime drummer, Taylor Hawkins. So, Foo Fighters. Fitting title. But Here We Are. That's pretty cool. It's just pretty much a solid white cover. It has a couple thin blue and colored lines. It's like some pink and some blue. Very interesting when you start looking at it. And the title's kind of got like a white album thing going on. It's not embossed, but it's very hard to read. But Here We Are. It's not a sticker. And then the actual title, Foo Fighters white vinyl, that's on a hop sticker on the shrink wrap. That's $29.99. I've got 7 left. Here's a good restock. Didn't know that we were getting. Depeche Mode, Violator, $28.99. The U.S. version. The U.S. version's a lot cheaper than the imports that I never order because they're almost like $15 more. This is Depeche Mode Violator. Stephen Chesney, if you're watching, I had you on a waiting list from a long time ago. I want to make sure that you actually still want one. It was from so long ago. But there's Depeche Mode Violator. That is $28.99. That was released in 1990. That's why it's so hard to get on vinyl. 2 more Foo Fighters sold, Marty Ellis and Dwayne Sevilla. Those are sold. I've got now 5 copies of the new Foo Fighters album left. Steve Howe wants a Depeche Mode, as sold as Jim Engelman. Depeche Mode and Depeche Mode, Steve Howe and Jim Engelman. I've got 2, 4, 6 of those left, Depeche Mode. Dirty Rotten Imbeciles. This is clear poker table green marbled vinyl, $33.99. Steven says he will take a Depeche Mode. Yeah, you was on a waiting list from a long time ago. Sometimes I don't tag those unless I know for sure. DRI is $33.99. Now, Jared Benoit, if you're listening, you was on a waiting list for a Music on Vinyl. The Music on Vinyl pressing I could not get. So if you are okay with this, it's a metal blade. It's an official label pressing. If you're okay with that, let me know. Mike Massey wants one of these. We'll give one to Mike Massey. That's Dirty Rotten Imbeciles, 4 of a kind. If Jared Benoit wants that one, he was technically on a waiting list, but it was for a Music on Vinyl pressing. Ron Duffield wants one of the new Foo Fighters. That's sold to Ron Duffield. And we've got a lot of new stuff that I've never ordered before, people I really don't know, with the help of Doug and Paul. So there's some new stuff. I don't know if it's in this crate, but it may be in another crate. A lot of new releases for this week. I have no idea who they are. Jared says he's good with this one. So go ahead and give that one to Jared Benoit. And I think the Music on Vinyl, it was limited and numbered, and I don't think I can get those anymore. So Foo Fighters, Depeche Mode, Bush, 16 Stone. I think this is the one. We had somebody for the longest, I think, wanting this one, and we just had Razor Blade Suitcase. 16 Stone is $33.99. $33.99. New Winger. Pull? Was it a new album or the reissue of Pull? If it's the reissue of Pull, we already got those in. NXS Kick, $29.99. NXS Kick is $29.99. And we have ESG. Come Away with ESG, $38.99. ESG, that's something I think new or new reissues. A lot of new reissues, if y'all know if you understand what I mean by that. Old releases, probably first time they've been on vinyl for a while. We have a copy of Winger Pull that was a putback, yes. Have you seen my message about combining invoices? I will let Tanner know about that right now. Brooks & Dunn is $31.99. This somebody asked for Brooks & Dunn the other night. We had one copy of Reboot left, $31.99. I can go ahead and maybe answer it, and I really don't know what that is, but typically we don't combine invoices. I think if that's what you're needing, I probably need to go ahead and let everybody know that. If we send you one invoice for 1 week and then you get another one for the next week, those have to be paid separately, if that can answer your question right now. I haven't seen your messages, but that's how invoices work. One, we don't have, the software don't allow us just to I wish we could select one, select two, and then combine them. One, they don't allow us to do that. And a lot of times we have people with 4 or 5 invoices and then they want them all combined. And we just can't do that because it would be, we have to basically delete them and then key all that back into a new invoice. So if you're looking for 2 invoices to 1 or maybe even 3 into 1, they have to be paid individually. Tigers of Pantane, $29.99, Burning in the Shade. That's for maybe Alan, that answered your question, and so everybody else knows. What I've always said is when you get an invoice, whether it's for 1 record or 100 records, go ahead and pay it, because if you buy a lot from us, the next week you're going to be getting another one, even if it's for 1 record or 100 records, and that's what happens. So, Passion Pit, $44.99. Passion Pit Gossamer, is that how you say that? $44.99. Passion Pit, 10th Anniversary Edition, exclusive Peach Splatter Double Vinyl. $44.99. Dwayne Sevilla on Tigers of Pantane. That's sold to Dwayne Sevilla. Passion Pit is $44.99. Did I miss anything before that? Do you have any cranberries in stock? No, sometimes we have a cranberries greatest hits, but I don't think I have any right now. And I do not have the Winger. John Miller wants a Bush 16 Stone. And I think we're caught up. Tom Waits closing time is $33.99, 50th anniversary, limited edition, high quality pressing on 180 gram, transparent double vinyl, half speed mastered by Abbey Road Studios. And that is $33.99. So Tom Waits was a pre-order. I've only got 2 more. Tom Waits is John Ambrosic, Katie Gomez, Roy Kugler, Wolves Council, George Buchanan, John Young, Leslie Holt, and Kaylee Lovett. That was everybody who pre-ordered the new Tom Waits 50th anniversary. That is actually a half-speed master on transparent double vinyl. I've got 2 left. Craig Proper wants 1, and Rich Recor. That was fast. Those are sold out. If anybody wants on the waiting list for the Tom Waits closing time, let me know. Let's see here. Midnights, Taylor Swift is $33.99. Taylor Swift Midnights is $33.99. And this is the Moonstone Blue, I think is what they call that one. But we were out of Taylor Swift, so I definitely needed to restock. That's her most recent album, Midnights. And that's, I think, Moonstone Blue. And I've got the other covers coming. That is $33.99. Taylor Swift Midnights. Blue vinyl. Yeah, we got, so I need to check on the new Winger album, and we've got pre-order up for Extreme. But Alan, we will check on your messages and see what we can do for you on that. But what I've always told people is if you're a regular customer, we've been behind on shipping, so I know some people's like, hey, before I pay this invoice, can you combine them together? But sometimes Doug may end up even shipping them individually, even if you got one order and if you got another order. So I don't know. I'm not back there shipping everything every day. But what I've always told people, if you buy from us on a regular basis, I know sometimes like you get one record and it's only $7 or it's $7 shipping. But the way I see it is like if you're doing that every week, it really averages out probably really, really cheap per record what you're having to pay for shipping. So that's how we do that. That's how I think about it. So I don't know if y'all think about it that way. Foo Fighters, new album. That is a recap of this first new crate of new vinyl. Foo Fighters is $29.99. Basically, $7 is almost like if you buy from us every week, I kind of view it almost as like a subscription. It's like $7 shipping and you can buy as much as you want, which some of y'all take great advantage of, right, Tanner? Great advantage of. Yeah, and that's another thing. Just if we have one stray record, if we got to ship this, labor, package, everything, it's about $7 everything for us to ship one record. So postage, box, whiplash, pads, tape, postage, Doug. We got to pay Doug. He's got to feed his family. Foo Fighters, new album, $29.99. Depeche Mode Violator is $28.99. So new Foo Fighters album. I'm down to 4 copies. I got a surprise restock of Depeche Mode Violator, $28.99. Bush is $33.99. NXS is $29.99. ESG, Come Away with ESG, that is $38.99. And Brooks and Dunn is $31.99. Passion Pit, Gossamer, that is $44.99, 10th anniversary edition. Exclusive Peach Splatter Vinyl, $44.99. And a restock of Taylor Swift Midnights, $33.99. I followed up, had a ship in. Okay, I'll do that. And those Sansui. Okay, you bought the Sansui's, good. I wonder if the other person has come in and bought the JBLs. I had somebody want the JBLs too. I've got about 6 really good pairs of speakers if you're local. They're all on sale for $100. Those Sansui's that Jay bought for $100, they were originally $600. $600 Sansui speakers we sold for $100. I posted that and I was like, man, nobody's bought these yet. I posted all these $200, $300, $400 sets of speakers. I thought that we would like sell out of them immediately. But if you want to know something funny, Seth wanted those Sansui speakers and he never would go back there and look at them. So, yeah, if everybody wants a good laugh, Seth really wanted those Sansui speakers. He's supposed to go back there last night and put soda on them. So, congratulations, you bought Seth speakers. I told him like 3 times. He's been here the last 3 days. I said, man, if you want those Sansui speakers, you better go back there and get them. Rich Russo wants Depeche Mode. Rich Russo wants Depeche Mode. That is sold to Rich Russo. I don't think I'd pulled that yet, have I?
I think you did. Actually,
did I pull that?
Right here. Yeah.
Okay, so Rich, if anybody else wants a Depeche Mode, Rich, we've already got you. That is $28.99 if anybody wants that. Midnights is on, it should be like blue-looking vinyl. Blue-looking vinyl. Moonstone Blue, I think. All right, Joe Maynard wants a Foo Fighters. He says he'll take $300. Yeah, $600. We got a pair of JBL. Somebody has bought those. Those were about $450. I've got a pair of Logan Martin speakers back there that needs a subwoofer. It needs a board and a subwoofer put in them. They're Martin Logan or Logan Martin, one of the two Martin Logan speakers. When these things were new, they were almost $4,000 after tax. I've got them for $300, and they just need a subwoofer and a board replaced on them. If anybody is local and has any kind of technical capabilities, we could do it. But I told John, I said, listen, let's not spend any time on these. Let's just sell them as is. I think I paid almost $800 for them because I thought I could fix them for a couple hundred and then sell them for about $3,000. So I've got $800 in them, and I'm trying to sell them for $300. They're Martin Logan. We're trying to clear out some space in the back. They're huge. They're like 6.5 foot tall. I need somebody to come buy those. New vintage stuff. The Moody Blues go now, $14.99. The Moody Blues go now, $14.99, blue London label. Even if you're out of town, you might want to think about driving here and getting them. I do have clips, but they're not for sale. Leonard Skinner, nothing fancy. We use them for in-store. We've got a pair of Klipsch Bell. They're not for sale, though. Leonard Skinner, nothing fancy, is $29.99. Nothing fancy is $29.99. Manfred Mann's Solar Fire, $14.99 for Manfred Mann's Solar Fire, $14.99. Sweet Inspirations is $34.99. 67 Terre Haute, $34.99. We'll probably finish out the box of CDs, but no cassettes tonight. We'll definitely finish the box of CDs, but no cassettes tonight. Moody Blues to our children's children. I think we've had one of these every night. That's a different looking label. Very clean vinyl. Gatefold, $14.99. That's enough for me, Peter Yarrow. That's a white label promo for Peter Yarrow. Near mint, $11.99. Songs of Stephen Foster, the Roger Wagner Coracle. That's a cool cover with a steamboat on it. That's a 1954 mono, $12.99. Charlie, Fantasy Girls. Charlie's $9.99. It's got some sticker and writing on the cover. Very clean vinyl. That is $9.99. George Jones Anniversary, 10 years of hits. 10 years of hits from George Jones, $16.99. Daryl Hall, one of his solo albums, that's $14.99. Three Hearts and the Happy Ending Machine, $14.99 for Daryl Hall, $14.99. Albert King, San Francisco 83. Albert King, $24.99. I have a feeling that might be the first sell out of the crate. Albert King. La Isla Bonita, that is Madonna, $14.99 for Alisa. La Isla Bonita. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Paul Gill on JG for George Jones. Fred Carnell wants a Depeche Mode Violator. That was out of the last crate. So here's tonight's agenda. I do have a lot of new vinyl tonight. We've went through one crate. I've got 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 more. And then they're right here behind me. 1, 2. I've got 3 more crates, including a big couple surprises, I guess, if you want to call it that. I tried to get you excited. And then we had 5 crates of new vintage from last night, and then I think Paul's worked on 3 more tonight. So I think we've got 8 crates of vintage. We got plenty of stuff to go through. Plenty of stuff to go through. We're going to probably do a full-length show, no break, go all the way through. And then I've got some more stuff. We're trying to build our shipping room up, which I'll give an update on shipping in just a second. So, Fred got Violator. We've already pulled George Jones. Ryan Anderson, first to Albert King. Alan, first to Madonna. Michael Nath, you were second to Albert King. Wolfpack Motorsports, you were third. And Isla, like Isla. Madonna. Isla. I'll have to read that again later. Les Variation. Café de Paris. Les Variations. This is sealed, unopened, $16.99. John Denver, Seasons of the Heart, $9.99. King Crimson, a 72 Richmond press, $34.99. Very clean King Crimson. That one's called Islands. That is OG. Very nice gatefold too, $34.99. Highly recommend that. Van Morrison, Veed Fleece is a 74 Terre Haute, $44.99. Veed Fleece, $44.99. 74 Terre Haute. Leonard Skinnard, pronounced Leonard Skinnard, is $29.99. This is a non-gatefold MCA reissue. Very clean, very nice jacket, $29.99. Mark Cunningham, first on Veed Fleece. Jerry Jeff is sealed, $19.99. That is sealed Jerry Jeff, $19.99. Wendy Waldman, this is a promo copy, $9.99. Wendy Waldman, $9.99. The Kinks, low budget. The Kinks is $21.99. Eddie Pasir on Jerry Jeff, the sealed Jerry Jeff, sold to Eddie Pasir. Stack Ridge, Extravaganza. I think that's what that says. No. White label promo, $11.99. Extravaganza. Am I being crazy or is that something different? Extravaganza, I guess so. It just looks different way I'm trying to read it right now. That's a white label promo, $11.99. The Seldom Seen, Act 1, $14.99. The Seldom Seen, Act 1, $14.99. T-Rex, a 71 Terre Haute, $49.99. Gatefold, very nice. T-Rex, Electric Warrior, Banga Gong, OG Gatefold, $49.99. Time for Sprite. More like time for these great value energy packets. I had 6 packs of them yesterday, and that's why I was up until 10 o'clock this morning. I could not go to sleep. Paul Butterfield, Put It in Your Ear. Paul Butterfield, $14.99. The Byrds, their Untitled album. That's a Terre Haute OG, $24.99 on The Byrds, Terre Haute press. Van Halen, 1984. This is a club pressing. Looks like it's near mint. Has the original inner sleeve. $39.99. Van Halen, 1984. That is $39.99. Van Halen, original inner sleeve. That is a club pressing. Very clean copy. Gary Samuels, first to Paul Butterfield. Kelly Bagwell was second. Ronnie Millsap, a legend in my time. That's a quad pressing. $9.99. Paul Gill on SS. That was the Seldom Seen. That sold to Paul Gill. Elton John, what do we have here? The New Collection, Volume 2. That's a UK import. Looks like a UK compilation. Your Song, Benny and the Jets, Island Girl, Rocket Man. That's a UK compilation, $19.99. Chris Kirkley. I was about to say, there's a few in here, mind-blowing, I can't believe they hadn't sold yet. This is one of them. King Crimson, that sold to Chris Kirkley, and Chaz Hasler got the other one. Chaz, I believe you may be a first-time buyer. I don't think I've said your name too many times. Here's how things work. If you're a first-time buyer, make sure you message our Facebook page, which is CollectCo. We have a Facebook Messenger inbox where we get everybody's information. We invoice you once a week through Square. That will come via to your email, $7 unlimited shipping. Thank you, and as soon as Tanner gets back up here, he will probably send you a message as well, but make sure you send us a message with your information, Chaz. Thank you and welcome. Stacy Metternich is first to Elton John. Gary Samuels already has the Butterfield, so give that to Kelly Bagwell. Rob Scheffler, you were second on Elton John. And we have, let's see here, Roy Wood on the road again. Roy Wood is sealed, $19.99. The Sweet Inspirations, What the World Needs Now is Love. That's a 68 Terre Haute, $14.99. The Sweet Inspirations, What the World Needs Now is Love, $14.99. And Round 2, The Stylistics. That's in shrink wrap, $16.99. Round 2, The Stylistics. That is $16.99. Sorry, King Crimson. Now, are you saying you didn't want Van Halen? Because if you want King Crimson, it's already sold. Just want to clarify what you were buying there. Sugarloaf, Jerry Corbetta. That is $14.99 for Sugarloaf. Of course, I think Jerry Corbetta was in Sugarloaf. and the name of the album is I Got a Song. It's a promo copy. That is $14.99. Chaz, I've got you down for Van Halen. Chris Kirkley bought King Crimson already. So I've got you down for Van Halen as your one and only purchase. Let me know if that's okay. Toto, the seventh one, $19.99 for Toto. Joe South, Games People Play. Joe South is $14.99. Waylon Jennings, Greatest Hits. Nice looking copy. It is $19.99 for Waylon's Greatest Hits. Super clean, super nice, $19.99. Hank Williams, Beyond the Sunset. That's in shrink wrap, $16.99. Hank Williams, Beyond the Sunset, $16.99. And Bob Welch, The Other One. Bob Welch, The Other One, $19.99. Toby Graham, first on Waylon Jennings. Yep, he put WH, but he meant WJ. Marshall was second, then Patty, then Darren. Wet Willie, Mannerisms. That's a white label promo for Wet Willie, $11.99. I didn't give them permission to use a picture of my house. Madonna, Like a Virgin. That is $14.99. Madonna, Like a Virgin. That's a 12-inch single. Near mint, $14.99. Madonna. Jefferson Airplane, Bless. Its Pointed Little Head. That's Jefferson Airplane live. That's in shrink wrap. It's black RCA labels. Has a Best Buy Series sticker on it. That is $19.99. Calvin Ward, first to Wet Willie. Steve Botsford was second. There's Madonna again. And we have coming to a theater near you, Steve Smith and the Nakeds. That is sealed. $9.99. I do have auctions. I'm going to have to step to the back. Is the office open, Tanner? Office is open. Let me go see what Seth priced with Japanese or checked for us. Let me go do that. Yep, if y'all can hear me, back up here to the front now. Great new Japanese stuff. Let me get that going right now. Also, I'm going to auction some stuff that is a little different. I don't know if y'all remember from the Atlanta collection. I was looking at this stuff last night. I don't know if y'all remember about the Atlanta collection. If y'all remember that guy was a major collector of Beatles stuff. We had magazines, all kinds of different odds and ends like that. I'm going to put up some magazines for auction at really reduced prices. If they don't get bids, and I'm probably going to start listing some of them up on eBay. We really don't have an eBay store. At one time, I had 2,800 items on eBay when I was selling out of my house. We really don't list anything on eBay. We don't have to because we can sell it here in the store or here on Facebook. But I've got tubs and tubs, hundreds if not thousands of Beatles and Rolling Stones and other stuff like this. I'm going to try to auction some of these tonight. If they don't get bids, then I'm going to start making a pile for eBay listings. These are Beatles, I guess you call them like tab books. That's what I've always called them. This is for Rubber Soul and Beatles 65. I had them marked at $35 a piece, and that's about what they sell for on eBay. I'm going to try to sell them here for a $25 start for both of them. That's Rubber Soul and Beatles 65 tab books. $25 start for both of them. If anything, they're really cool. And I'm going to put that up for auction. $25 start for those. And I've got some really good Japanese stuff. Europe, Cinderella, Yngwie, The Monkees, Paul Simon, The Beatles, Stone Fury, ABBA, Michael Jackson, Physical Graffiti, The Carpenters, Kenny Rogers, Elvis, Linda Ronstadt, The Carpenters, Wasp, Toto, Ace Frehley. These are all Japanese pressings. Edgar Winter, Bing Crosby, Elvis Presley, Annie, Wham, Billy Joel, and Elvis. Let's do a Billy Joel, and I'll do Europe on standby. So let me do those next. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss anything since I stepped to the back. Paul Brothers wants Madonna. I'm assuming you want this one right here, Like a Virgin. That's sold to Paul Brothers. Sherry Darnell wants the Jefferson Airplane. That is sold to Sherry Darnell. And we've got Tales from Topographic Oceans. Yes, $21.99. Tales from Topographic Oceans. I love that song. It's like 22 minutes, but what is it? The Revealing Science of God. That may be one. Well, I like the whole album. Well, all the songs. The first two songs on that album are 20 and 22 minutes. Ritual, yeah. Ritual is 21 minutes and 35 seconds. I like that one. That is some good stuff there. 21 minutes and 35 seconds. And then Ancient. So this album has 4 songs on it, and they're all about 20 minutes on average. Yes, and so did Craig Johnson. That means that's some good listening. Yes, and so did Craig Johnson. Tony Childs, right? Yeah, Tony Childs, Union. Shrink Wrap and Hop Sticker, that's $9.99. And Little Feat, Time Loves a Hero, $21.99. Little Feat, Time Loves a Hero. Dan Fogelberg, Home Free. That's a Holland import. Holland import of that, $14.99. And Ian and Sylvia's Greatest Hits, white label promo, $12.99. So for the 2 Beatles books, I was looking for a $25 start. $25 start. And we got Billy Joel and Innocent Man. Billy Joel and Innocent Man. This is actually check condition. We've got this at VG Plus. Let's see what we're looking at for a VG Plus Japanese pressing. I see some hairlines. This Japanese stuff is graded very strict. Yeah, side B is near mint minus. Side A has some hairline marks on it. I see what he saw there. We're going to start this because of that. We can't advertise this as a completely flawless and near mint. $25 start. $25 start on Billy Joel and Innocent Man. It has a 2-page Japanese flip, and the cover's in shrink wrap with Obi. That's a $25 start. So $25 start for either one of those, the Beatles books or Billy Joel. Roger Ramjet wants JF home free. JF home free. Now, what was that? Ian and Sylvia? That was Dan Fogelberg, I think. He put JF. I mean, he bit DF. Roger Ramjet, that's so do you. So quick recap of this bin. That was our first crate of new vintage stuff of the night. If you want any prices, let me know. About half of it's been knocked out. Let's see what we have left. The Moody Blues go now. This is like their first album. This is like more British pop than prog rock, Moody Blues, if you're not familiar. That's on the blue stereo label. That is $14.99. Price and condition of Bob Welch. We are in an EX to near mint minus bin. I believe a lot of it's from Wisconsin. So these are very nice records. This has the original inner sleeve. That is near mint, $19.99. We have Leonard Skinner, Nothing Fancy. Some of these I'm going to go ahead and tell you the prices on them again. We haven't had a copy of Nothing Fancy in a while. That has Saturday Night Special on it. $29.99. Saturday Night Special, or excuse me, Nothing Fancy. Manfred Mann, The Sweet Inspirations. We have Roger Ramjet said he will take it, and that was the Bob Welch, which was right here. Paul Brothers is at $25 on the 2 Beatles magazines. A great price on those. Like I said, they were marked $35 back in January, and those were like comparable sold eBay prices. So, gonna try to offer them here. I'd rather sell them to y'all feeless than having to deal with individual pictures and listings on Facebook. I'm going to be selling a lot of that kind of stuff off tonight because those big black, orange, or black tubs with the yellow lids, we've got about 8 more full of books and magazines, all from that Atlanta collection back in November. We just kind of rediscovered all that last night when we were moving it around. Incredible, the amount of Beatles literature and books we have back there. Moody Blues, $14.99. Peter Yarrow. Songs of Stephen Foster. Charlie. We have Daryl Hall. Less Variations. John Denver, Seasons of the Heart. Pronounced Leonard Skinner. This is an MCA reissue. It's not a gatefold. Very nice copy, though. $29.99. Wendy Waldman. We have Stack Ridge. The Kinks. T-Rex is still available. T-Rex is still available. Thank you. Have a good night. The Birds Untitled. We have Ronnie Millsap, Roy Wood, The Sweet Inspirations, The Stylistics, Toto, Sugarloaf, Joe South, Games People Play. Hank Williams was in Shrink Wrap. That's Steve Smith and the Nakeds. Tony Childs, Little Feat still available, and Ian and Sylvia's Greatest Hits. All right, let's go ahead and sell Paul Brothers, the 2 Beatles magazines, for $25. Those are sold to Paul Brothers. If anybody wants the Billy Joel, this is a nice copy. Don't let the VG Plus scare you. Just a $25 buy it now. Just a $25 buy it now on Billy Joel, Innocent Man, Japanese. Don't let that VG Plus scare you. It's a nice copy. David Eberly wants the Toto. Let me sell that to David Eberly. Next is Josie Wells on Little Feat, Time Loves a Hero. And we have, repeat, Hall & Oates, Daryl Hall. Daryl Hall was a studio album. by just Daryl Hall. It's called, it was right in here. No, it wasn't. It was right in, where are you, Daryl Hall? I feel like I've passed it twice now. There it is. This is called Three Hearts in the Happy Ending Machine, and that is $14.99. Okay, next Japanese auction. No takers on Billy Joe. That's a $25 buy now. Europe is a $45 start. Japanese pressing, Europe. I believe this is their self-titled album. It is, Europe. Japanese press with Obi. Also has an insert, 2 Japanese inserts. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. Europe is a $45 start. Josie said, I'll take it. And that was the Daryl Hall album. John Lill was second. There's some surprises in here that did not sell. I'm sure by the end of the night they will. If not, I'll post them in the group and they'll probably sell there. So if you see anything you want, just stand by for later tonight or we'll get to it later. Now, like I said, we've got this is Wednesday. I go ahead and do a lot of the new vinyl. We get a lot of Friday's new releases on Wednesday and Thursdays. And I'm going to do some new vinyl in between vintage. I've got 4 crates of new vinyl. I've already done 1. Actually, while we got everybody on, let me do this other one because that's a lot of new stuff that I don't know what it is. This has an album I've went ahead and rolled the dice on. I ordered 20 of these without really knowing how well it would sell, but I know how much her albums are in demand. I'm going to go ahead and show it. I made sure it was what it was, and I didn't even know it was going to be available. And this is called Bad Reputation. Of course, there's a movie about Joan Jett. This is $29.99, but it's like the greatest hits of Joan Jett, and you get the stuff from the Runaways, too. It has Bad Reputation on it. It has Cherry Bomb, I Love Rock and Roll, Crimson and Clover. This is $29.99, Joan Jett, Bad Reputation. A documentary about Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. That's $29.99. Of course, as y'all know, I think I've seen where she had 1 album in stock, but I figured this would be pretty good. You get the Runaway, a couple songs by the Runaways, the actual Joan Jett hits, and other tracks on there. The hop sticker reads Bikini Kill and also a Bikini Kill and a previously unreleased track, Joan Jett, Miley Cyrus, Laura Jane, Grace of Against Me. That is $29.99, Joan Jett. So let me actually start from the beginning of the crate and go ahead and show a few more. Slipknot is limited edition purple vinyl, $36.99. That's volume 3. Probably now our best-selling Slipknot album, the Subliminal Verses, $36.99. We got 3 of those, and I finally got these where I can show them live, and that is Boingo Alive. Boingo Alive is 3 LP colored vinyl, limited to 1,000. That's on blue, red, and purple vinyl. Boingo Alive, Celebration of a Decade, 79 to 88, $74.99. We had 1 person waiting on that. John Ambrosic and Mike Massey got one last week. David Eberly was the last person who pre-ordered. I didn't think we were going to get them, but we got the rest of our order. I had 3 more come in, then I've got 2 more. Polar Express is back in stock as well, $28.99. Sarah Morgan was on a waiting list. Sarah Morgan was on a waiting list for that. So Sarah, I've got yours pulled. I've got 2 more. And the Joan Jetts, which I've already showed. I've got some people now wanting one. This is Joan Jett, Bad Reputation, $29.99. Michelle wants one. Tracy Miller wants one. Dennis Nelson wants one. Michael McDowell wants one. And Paul Brothers wants one. That's about the only Joan Jett like hits comp or anything like that I could find in stock. Always needing those. So I've got plenty more of those. And then this is a new release. Now that's what I call country classics, the 90s dance party. This is $42.99. Yellow and green vinyl. Joan Jett is, no, these are all studio recordings. I actually pulled it up on iTunes. I pulled it up on iTunes to make sure it was the original stuff and it was studio. That's 2 things I double checked, and it is. John Duran on Joan Jett. Now that's what I call country classics. That's on yellow and green vinyl. The pre-order for that was Stacy Brown, Preston Denny, Krista Moss, Paul Brothers, Stacy Metternich, Sherry Darnell, and Susie Breedlove. That has artists such as Shania Twain, Faith Hill, Brooks and Dunn, Travis Tritt, Vince Gill, George Strait, Reba, Little Texas, Red Atkins, Joe Diffie, Martina McBride. That's what I call country classics. So John Duran got a Joan Jett. Stacy also wants a Joan Jett, and Jerry Stone on Joan Jett. Okay, and John Duran on now that's what I call country 90s dance. Final call on Europe. Looking for a $45 start. Europe self-titled, near mint and pristine Japanese pressing. And we have new Jelly Roll. Whitsitt Chapel Baptist Church, which I think is somewhere here in Tennessee, $29.99. Where was that at? I read it on the blurb. But that's new Jelly Roll that comes out Friday. That is $29.99. $29.99. I went ahead and got several of those. The last time I got one, I never did have enough, and then they went out of stock and on back order. Jelly Roll, $29.99. Dennis Nelson wants one, and so does Sherry Darnell. All right, so this crate had the following. Before I do a new crate of new vintage stuff, we have Slipknot, Volume 3, the Subliminal Verses. That's $36.99. Oingo Boingo Alive is $74.99. Blue, red, and purple vinyl limited to 1,000, $74.99. That's not a cheap OG to find. We've sold those for over 100 recently. Polar Express, that's on ice-colored vinyl, $28.99 on Polar Express. Joan Jett is $29.99. Now that's what I call country classics, 90s dance party. That is $42.99. And Stacy Brown wants a Jelly Roll. I got 7 of those left. If anybody wants Europe, it's a $45 buy it now for Europe. Self-titled Japanese pressing. That is mint, pristine, cover, vinyl, inserts. That's the real deal. That's a $45 buy it now. And Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll is called Whitsitt Chapel Baptist Church, $29.99. I forgot where he said or where the blurb said that was. It's somewhere here in Tennessee, where I believe he's from. I know he's from here. Okay, next crate of new vintage stuff. Let me see what I've got over here. Is this some stuff he just rolled up here? Looks like it is. I want to try to find some of the stuff from last night I didn't get to. This looks like some of it, yep. Let's go ahead and get some more auctions started. I have Dwight Yoakam, Hillbilly Deluxe. Dwight is a $35 start. Dwight Yoakam, Hillbilly Deluxe. This has got the original inner sleeve with it. And this is a $35 start. It's near mint and pristine. Dwight Yoakam, Hillbilly Deluxe. That is a $35 start. Dwight Yoakam. That's a $35 start. Wasp auction. I'll do that too. I'll keep OG stuff balanced over here with some of these great Japanese titles. We have Wasp self-titled Japanese auction. This is going to be a $65 start. $65 start on Wasp self-titled. That is, let's see what we have here. Yeah, Wasp. I think it's technically Wasp self-titled or I Want to Be Somebody. Vinyl is near mint and pristine. Insert, nothing wrong with it. Nice, glossy, crisp. That's my new word of the week. Nice jacket too. That's a $65 start. That's on Wasp self-titled, $65 start. I've got it tagged for an $85 start, but I'm going to put it up for $65. I got a note on the back to start that at $85. I'm going to say $65. Let me see what else I had in here. I pulled the Dwight out of this bin for auction. Let me see what else. Wow, there's some great titles in here. Not just a hype either. There's legitimately some really good titles in here. And I'm about to set it on the table right now. Let me make sure I've got an idea of what's in here. Yep, let's do this right now. Okay, I think there's some stuff I didn't get to last night. And then right before he left, he wheeled up, what, 4 more crates or 3 more crates? Wow, we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff to go through. I better start talking faster. Wasp is at 65 of Gary Samuels. Dennis Nelson's at 40 on Dwight Yoakam. Let's go through this bin one more time. I have free, or not one more time, for the first time, free Fire and Water. Nice looking copy. That is probably the original inner sleeve. $24.99. $24.99. That's free Fire and Water. Guy Clark is $44.99. Guy Clark is $44.99. Warner Brothers Records. Very clean. Very nice. That's Guy Clark. I believe that's just self-titled Guy Clark. Free Guy Clark. The Best of Paul Anka, $9.99. We have Harry Nilsson, Sandman. Harry Nilsson's $19.99. Final Call on Wasp for $65. And Final Call on Dwight Yoakam for $40. Harry Nilsson is $19.99. That album's called Nilsson. Stephanie Mills, What You Gonna Do? Stephanie Mills is $9.99. Air Supply is $9.99. Jeffrey Osborne, Don't Stop, $14.99 for Jeffrey Osborne. Peaches and Herb, Too Hot, Reunited, and It Feels So Good, Hop Sticker, $14.99. John Duran's at $42 on Dwight Yoakam. Gypsy Kings, $29.99 for Gypsy Kings. And Squeeze Sweets from a Stranger, $24.99. Final call on Wasp. I'm about to sell it. $65. Dwight Yoakam's at $43. We got a couple people going back and forth on that. And Ron Stoltz wants a jelly roll. That's sold to Ron Stoltz. Jelly roll. That's sold to Ron Stoltz. Next is Ricky Lee Jones, The Magazine, $14.99. Ricky Lee Jones is $14.99. The Best, Isley Brothers, $29.99. The Best of the Isley Brothers. That's on Buddha Records. Near Mint, 2LP. Nice looking jacket, $29.99. The Temptations, Greatest Hits Volume 2. This was pressed in Canada. Greatest Hits Volume 2. Very clean, very nice copy. $19.99. Temptations, Greatest Hits Volume 2. And Paula Abdul, Forever Your Girl. That's $19.99. Paula Abdul. Alan Parsons Project, Eye in the Sky. That's in shrink wrap with hop sticker. $19.99 for Eye in the Sky. And The Best of Sticks. The Best of Sticks is $24.99. Josie Wells gets the Paula Abdul. The man's about to steal the Wasp. He has stole it. I've done final calls waiting for other people to bid. And Gary Samuels got Wasp for $65. That is sold. That is sold for $65. I was going to start it at $85, thinking it might go north of $100. He just bought it for $65. John Duran, let me know if you're in or out on Dwight Yoakam. That's at $43 with Dennis Nelson, going once, going twice. Josie Wells wants the Paula Abdul. That's sold to Josie Wells. What happened to Paula? Did I already pull that? Did I already pull that for Josie? Am I going crazy? I guess I'm going crazy. Yeah, okay. Josie already pulled that. Let's see here. John Duran's at $45 on that. Isley Brothers was $29.99. Yusef Lateef is a 1977 press, $24.99. Yusef Lateef, $24.99 on that. Cadet, Chicago, $9.99. Chicago 9/11. One of the two, not 9/11, either 9 or 11. $9.99. Jerry Jeff Walker, Being Free. That's a 1970 white label promo. Never seen that before. $64.99. $64.99. 1970 white label promo. Ron Stoltz first to the Chicago. Dennis Nelson, you're out on Dwight. John Duran is back in. War, Why Can't We Be Friends? $34.99. Why Can't We Be Friends? War, $34.99. Fred Carnell on Isley. That's the Best of the Isley Brothers. Sold to Fred Carnell. The Art of Noise, Invisible Silence. Shrink wrap and hop sticker. That's $24.99. Art of Noise. Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle. $19.99. Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle. $19.99. He said, let John have it. John Duran has Dwight Yoakam for $45. Going once, going twice. Steve Miller Band Anthology is $32.99. Bob Marley and the Wailers Shakedown, $29.99. And Bo Diddley, Muddy Waters, Coco Taylor, and T-Bone Walker, Blues Avalanche, that is $24.99. Just $24.99 for Blues Avalanche. That's going to be an instant seller. Earth Shaker, Y&T, $24.99. The Beatles Hey Jude is an Apple Jacksonville press, $39.99 for the Beatles Hey Jude. Peter is first to the Blues Avalanche. That's sold to Peter. We have Alan Jonathan first to Y&T. Dwight Yoakam is sold for $45 to John Duran. That's sold to John Duran. The Beatles Abbey Road is a 1980s label. It's a 1980s Capitol label. Very nice copy. This was pressed sometime in the 80s. $29.99 for Abbey Road. And Keel, The Final Frontier. Keel is $24.99. Next Japanese auction, Cinderella, Long Cold Winter. I'm not going to start this one too cheap like that one. I think everybody's asleep tonight on the Japanese metal stuff. Finally got some metal and they're Japanese. We're giving them away. Cinderella, Long Cold Winter. This is a $75 start. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. We have a Japanese insert, also very nice, and a beautiful cover, especially one that could very easily show staining or marks. This one's very nice. Has a couple marks back here on the back of the obi. Other than that, very nice. That's a $75 start. Cinderella long code winner. Ken Crooker first to kill. That's sold to Ken Crooker. We have Deep Purple, $29.99. Deep Purple on Tetragrammaton Records or whatever. And that's a flip open cover. That is called Tetragrammaton. Sorry, $29.99. Little River Band, self-titled. That's in shrink wrap. $9.99. Little River Band. Thompson Twins, Into the Gap. Thompson Twins is $24.99. And the Grassroots 16 Greatest Hits. This is my go-to on the Grassroots comps. That is $14.99. Grassroots 16 Greatest Hits. Okay. Yngwie Malmsteen. This is VG Plus. I'm sure it's very clean, though. This is going to be a $35 start. Let's see what we have by VG Plus standards on Japanese. There's a couple swirl marks right here. Looks like non-audible superficial scuffs. Side 2 is near mint minus, just like the Billy Joel. Nothing to be afraid of. This is going to be a $35 start. It has the Japanese insert. It has the cover of Obi. That's a $35 start. Yngwie Malmsteen, Cinderella 75, Yngwie 35, Patty Sweet first to the Grassroots. Jackie Reynolds, you were second. Gordon Lightfoot, Don Quixote, that was $19.99. The Toys, that is $29.99 for the Toys. Sing a Lover's Concerto and Attack. What do we have here? This is Jim Queskin, Whatever Happened to Those Good Old Days at Club 47, $19.99. Ken Crooker's in on Yngwie at 35, going once, going twice. Heat Wave, Too Hot to Handle, $14.99 on Heat Wave, Too Hot to Handle. Warren Zevon is a 1976 white label promo. Warren Zevon, debut album, white label promo. The cover does have some issues. Somebody's put some tape along the top. That is $39.99. Neil Young, Hawks and Doves. Neil Young is $34.99. And The Ballads of the Hills and Plains, Hank Williams Jr., $29.99. Final call. If anybody wants to get in on Cinderella, it's a $75 starting bid. Yngwie is called Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force, Marching Out. That's going twice, going three times to Ken Crooker for $35. He's going to steal that one too. Tina Turner, Private Dancer, and Nutbush City Limits, 12-inch single. This is $19.99. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Somebody wrote something on the cover, 1985. That's $19.99. Tom Waits, Closing Time, about a VG-looking cover. The vinyl is very nice looking, $34.99 on Tom Waits' Closing Time. Donald Fagen, The Nightfly, Steely Dan's Donald Fagen, that's $24.99. That's very nice. Steely Dan Pretzel Logic is $34.99. That's a gatefold, also a very clean looking record, $34.99. And Asia, their self-titled album, $19.99. Asia self-titled. We have Creedence Clearwater Revival, Green River in shrink wrap. Looks like the original inner sleeve. It's a blue and gold fantasy label, $34.99 on that. And Deep Purple, Purple Passages, Green Warner Brothers label 2LP, $39.99 on Deep Purple. And whoop, one more. I got one more. Boz Scaggs is hiding. Dwayne Allman plays lead guitar on some, if not all, the tracks on this album. $19.99 for Boz Scaggs, self-titled. I was going to end these auctions when I got done with the crate. I'm done, but Yngwie's finally getting some bids. Ken Crooker was at 35. Nick bid 36. Benton Bragg wants to know the condition and price of Heat Wave. Condition and price of Heat Wave was $14.99. VG Plus or better cover and near mint minus vinyl. That is $14.99. Yngwie 36, 37, 40, 41. Josie Wales wants Skaggs. That's sold to Josie Wales. Paul Gill wants Donald Fagen, The Nightfly. And Doc wants Yusef Lateef. Man, I went right to it. That's sold to Doc Smith. If anybody wants Cinderella, it's a $75 bid or a $75 buy it now. Cinderella long code winner, near mint and pristine. King Crooker's at 45 on Yngwie Malmsteen. This may be the greatest crate of records that I've never seen sell before. I'm about to go through them and read titles one more time. If you're interested in anything, let me know if you want the price. John Leal gets to Cinderella. He waited for the right moment, and that's sold to John Leal. Benton Bragg wants the Heat Wave. That's sold to Benton Bragg. And Jamie Butler, I will reluctantly sell you the Europe for $40. Sell that to Jamie Butler for $40. Yngwie's at $50. Billy Joe was just $25. We've graded it VG plus, but I promise you it's nice and it's not going to have any issues. That's just $25. Cinderella was $75 to John Leal. Yingwei's at $50, Ken's out. I'm going to read through these titles one more time. If you want any prices or additional information, let me know. I mean, we've got stuff like the best of sticks in here for $24.99. I love these alternate covers. These are all previously released albums, and they redid them with this artwork that I kind of prefer. That's the best of sticks. Free is in here with Fire and Water and their hit song, All Right Now. It's beautiful, too. $24.99. Guy Clark, $44.99. Best of Paul Anka. Harry Nilsson. Stephanie Mills, Air Supply. Jeffrey Osborne. The Gypsy Kings, and Peaches and Herb. Peaches and Herb has the Hop sticker on it. Reunited. $14.99. Stacy Brown, first to the sticks. John Duran was second. Scotty Hops on Free. I think everybody's waking up, Tanner. And Paul Brother says he'll take the Billy Joe, and that was $25. Final call on Yingwei. Jared Benoit's at $50. That's going once, going twice. Here's a Monkees album that we don't get as often. It's a $35 start. Guy Clark is $44.99. The Monkees Instant Replay. No condition notes on the vinyl. It is near mint and pristine Japanese vinyl. That's a $35 start. We have a Japanese insert with it. The cover is nice. You can almost see nothing wrong with the front. Nice obi. The back, just some slight, you don't really see spots, but it has some slight discoloration. And that's a $35 start on the Monkees Instant Replay. We're about to sell Yingwei. Final call. Yeah, Guy Clark, which is something that's not in print and we don't get too often. It is got the original inner sleeve. It is near mint. That was $44.99. Ricky Lee Jones, the magazine. We got Squeeze. The Temptations, Greatest Hits Volume 2, Cloud 9, I Wish It Would Rain, Ball of Confusion, You're My Everything, I Know I'm Losing. It's got some great tracks. That's a Canadian press in 1999 mint. Alan Parsons in shrink wrap with the Hop sticker, Sirius Eye in the Sky, that was $19.99. Let's see here. Jerry Jeff Walker, that's a tough one to get. Being Free, promo copy, 1970, white label, $64.99. War, Why Can't We Be Friends? The Art of Noise, shrink wrap and hop sticker. Fly Like an Eagle, just $19.99. Great music on there. What else is on there? You get Fly Like an Eagle, Wild Mountain Honey, Dance, 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 Take the Money and Run, and I think Rockin' Me's on there too, isn't it? Serenade. What did I think Rockin' Me was? Yeah, Rockin' Me's right after Take the Money and Run. Edward Star Wars says he will take the Guy Clark. Jared Benoit gets the Yingwei Malmsteen. That's sold for $50. Final call if you want to bid on the Monkees. That's a $35 start. Next Japanese pressing is going to be, I don't know a lot about Stone Fury, but it looks like something y'all would be interested in. This is called Burns Like a Star. $35 start. Stone Fury, Burns Like a Star, near mint and pristine Japanese vinyl. This is a Japanese insert. There's a Japanese insert. Nice cover of Obi. That's a $35 start. The Art of Noise is in shrink wrap with hop sticker, $24.99. And then there's Steve Miller Band, classic album. Steve Miller Band Anthology, that's a compilation of earlier stuff. This Steve Miller Band is $19.99 and Anthology was $32.99. The Beatles, Hey Jude, and Bob Marley, Shakedown. Wow. $39.99 and $29.99 on those. Nice, clean Apple pressing. And Shakedown was $29.99. Bob Marley. We have Abbey Road, which is a 1980s pressing. Near mint, rainbow label, $29.99. Still got Deep Purple, self-titled. Little River Band is shrink wrap. Thompson Twins was $24.99. Gordon Lightfoot. Fred Cornell wants Art of Noise. That's sold to Fred Cornell. The Toys. We have the... what was this? Jim Kweskin, Warren Zevon, white label promo, Neil Young, Hank Williams Jr., Tina Turner, Tom Waits, an OG, or I think it's an OG. It's an older copy at least. Steely Dan, Pretzel Logic, Green River, CCR, Asia, just $19.99, and Deep Purple. Final call. If anybody wants to get in on any of these at $35 starts. Closing time, Tom Waits. We've just got it at $34.99. It's on Asylum Records. The vinyl's very clean, near mint minus. It's about a VG cover. It's got some dings and some creases. Nice vinyl. That's $34.99. Of course, this week we had the new half-speed masters come in. We still have those. Was that our first or second bin of vintage? Was that our first or second? I guess that was our second bin of vintage. I've got 8 ready tonight. We've been going through 6, but we haven't had any new vinyl. And tonight we've got a lot of new vinyl. We've already been through half of it, though. I'm going to go ahead and go through another crate. This crate has a lot of new releases. I think it does have a couple restocks in it, but it has some stuff that we haven't had before. I thought Neil Young Harvest coming out UHQR. Have not heard that. Okay, these are new releases and some new reissues and restocks. If anybody wants the Monkeys, it's a $35 buy it now. This is Instant Replay by the Monkeys. That's a $35 buy it now. And if anybody wants Stone Fury, Burns Like a Star, that is a $35 buy it now. Those are $35 buy it now. Kiss Unplugged. I haven't heard that. They're always got that scheduled for a repressing. It's just a matter of when. That's one of those titles, it's like the Smashing Pumpkin stuff. Even though they press them quite often, and they probably press thousands of them when they press them, it's never enough. It's never enough. Those are $35 buy it nows. I'll put up 2 new ones in just a moment. First, we have Blink 182. Buddha, that's blue and red splatter vinyl. Blink 182 is $31.99. And then this band here, I saw that they were reissuing their catalog. This is $36.99. It's called Death Cult Armageddon, and that's red Demu Borgir, maybe. That is $36.99. $36.99. Thought that was a repress. It is, but we run out of them. So they press unplugged. They probably press 1,000 of them or 5,000. They ship them out to all the stores, and everybody sells out, and then we wait for more of them. I've actually never seen unplugged where you can just go in and order it, like where they say they have quantity available. It's technically always on back order. It's always on back order. Is this sealed, Billy Idol? It is. Okay, we have Ken Crooker on one of the Demu. That's sold to Ken Crooker. I've got one left. And Blink 182. This is sealed Billy Idol, Whiplash Smile. Sealed Billy Idol, Whiplash Smile. It looks like it's a club copy. It is. Sealed club copy. Very nice. Of course, it's club. I don't think it's going to have any punch holes or cutouts. And that is a $45 start. That is Billy Idol Whiplash Smile. Produced Demon Burger. Is that really how you say it? Demu Borgir. Okay, and Opeth has reissued a lot of their catalog. This is called Orchid. That's on red vinyl. It's an remastered and cut, half-speed at Abbey Road for $49.99. $49.99. That's Opeth, and that is $49.99. And got a question, Tanner? No. Okay. And Corrosion of Conformity, In the Arms of God, $39.99. Corrosion of Conformity, natural colored vinyl. It is colored vinyl, whatever natural colored vinyl is supposed to look like. That's $39.99. $39.99. Billy Idol is at $45 of Nick Bagaron. And Corrosion of Conformity. The other Opeth is Morning Grace, maybe. That's on transparent green vinyl, another Abbey Road half-speed master, $49.99. Buck Cherry, Volume 10. Buck Cherry, Volume 10 is $28.99. There's another Demu Borgir, $29.99. That's also black vinyl. That's called Enthroned Darkness Triumphant. That's some tough Latin stuff there, even though I guess that was English. $29.99. New Link Ray sings and plays guitar. This is a Sundays Baby Doll Pink Vinyl. Link Ray is $33.99. What I do, $30 on Stone Fury. We're going to sell you Stone Fury for $30, Lazarus. That's sold to Stone Fury is sold to Lazarus for $30. Final call on Billy Idol for $45. Ken Crooker wants the other Demu. That's sold to Ken Crooker. Link Ray. Roger Waters, new release, The Lockdown Sessions. $31.99 includes 5 re-recorded during lockdown, plus new classic version, Comfortably Numb. He decided he needed to re-record some Pink Floyd stuff. He got a little bored. Roger Waters, $31.99. The first Opeth was called Orchid, and this is called Morning Grass, I think. Those are new Abbey Road half-speed masters on colored vinyl. Jared Benoit wants Enthroned. The other Demu is sold to Jared Benoit. Roger Waters, and we have Switchfoot. The Beautiful Letdown, our version, 20th anniversary, all new re-recordings of their career-defining album, and that is called The Beautiful Letdown, $38.99. I think Switchfoot has some. I know we put up a pre-order a long time ago of one of their albums, and it never did get released. It got canceled, and I think it was for those kind of problems. So, Rob Scheffler wants a Roger Waters, and so does Paul Brothers. Switchfoot's $38.99. Marilyn Monroe's Greatest Hits, pink and purple splatter vinyl. Marilyn Monroe is $31.99. The Best of Otis Redding, that is $29.99. Rob Scheffler wants the Opeth Orchid. That's sold to Rob Scheffler. Let's go ahead and sell Nick Bagaron the Billy Idol for $45. That is $45 to Nick. Let me put up a new Japanese pressings. What else I got over here? Jeff Beck, Led Zeppelin, David Bowie. Let's do an REM, Life's Rich Pageant. This is a 1986 Carrollton Club pressing. EX, very nice copy, even for EX. It's got the original inner sleeve. REM is a $35 start. Life's Rich Pageant. $35 start on that. What do we have here? Radiohead, a moon-shaped pool. Radiohead, I've got 2 of those available for $46.99. Great White, the Essential Great White. 2 LP, blue and red vinyl. Now, don't get excited. These are re-recorded. These are re-recorded tracks. I only ordered 1. I figured somebody would want at least 1, a Great White collector or maybe just curious. But if they hadn't have re-recorded those, I probably could have pre-sold 100 of them because Great White stuff, highly in demand. But Great White is $39.99. Elvis, Aloha from Hawaii via satellite. 1 disc is VG Plus, but pretty close to Near Mint Minus. The other disc is Near Mint Minus. This is called Elvis Aloha from Hawaii. Very nice copy. There's disc 1. There's disc 2. Japanese pressing of Aloha. Elvis at the Honolulu International Center Arena. There he is. You could have went to Hawaii and seen Elvis live in concert. That would have been pretty incredible, honestly. This is a $35 start. Gatefold, really nice jacket. Almost no virtual signs of wear on it. Has the Obi gatefold. Vinyl's very nice. Elvis is a $35 start. So is REM. Okay. Now, back up to the top. We have Orchid. We have Claymore wants a Switchfoot. Switchfoot is sold to Claymore. Next is, I think we're caught up, Corrosion of Conformity. This is $39.99 live volume. What did we have earlier? This is called In the Arms of God, and we got live volume. So there's 2 more COC albums. That's on natural colored vinyl, which I don't think that means black. I think that's something different. And this is clear red, $39.99. 1 copy of Pink Fairy's Fuzz Freakout, 1970 to 71. Pink and blue vinyl, $31.99 on Pink Fairies. Photo Mater, is that how you say that? Or Proto Mater, Proto Martyr. Formal Growth in the Desert, $33.99. Looks like it has some kind of book with it. $33.99. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Kaya, $36.99. Eminem, the Slim Shady LP. Eminem is $44.99. Al Green, Call Me. That's a new release. It's a 50th anniversary on limited Tiger's Eye colored vinyl, $36.99. Cowboy Junkies. This is called Such Ferocious Beauty. Cowboy Junkies, limited edition green vinyl, $34.99. Simple Plan, Atlantic 75th anniversary, the 2012 pop punk phenomenon, Simple Plan, $31.99 from 2002. That's a new reissue from Atlantic, $31.99. The Switchfoot. The Switchfoot is called The Beautiful Letdown, our version, pressed on gold metallic vinyl, 20th anniversary, $38.99. That answers Tommy Flowers. Next was Jim Engelman. He wants Slim Shady, Eminem. And Walt Cruz wants the Junkies, the Cowboy Junkies. And Mike Massey wants Simple Plan. Final call if you want to get bids in on these auctions. We got REM. We're looking for a $35 start. 86 Club Carrollton Press, EX, and Elvis Aloha via satellite from Hawaii. Elvis Aloha from Hawaii via satellite is a $35 start as well. Paul Brothers is first to Simple Plan, or second to Simple Plan, but I did have 2 of them. One sold to Mike and one sold to Paul. That's all new releases, a lot of new stuff. A lot of stuff, like I said, I'm not too familiar with. I'm going to read through those one more time as soon as I have a drink of flavored water. Okay. That's good. Both auctions have bid. Final calls, REM 35, Elvis 35. Let me read through these titles very quickly, then I'm going to go through probably 2 crates of vintage. No, I'll go through another crate of vintage. The next crate of new vinyl has about 4 titles in it, but it's a lot of them. So that usually means pretty good stuff. I also see a Dokken record coming up in the next crate. Let me see what we got over here with Dokken. Boy, this looks nice. We got a copy of Beast from the East. I don't know where that came from, but that'll be put up for auction next. One more time. Elvis 35, REM 36. So final call on the Elvis. Roger Ramjet's about to get that one unless somebody bids very soon. Blink 182 Buddha. This was way up there in the top sellers for this week. Blue and red splatter vinyl. $31.99 for Blink 182. Last copy of any of the Demuse I have. I'm just going to call them Demuse. That's $36.99 Death Cult Armageddon. We got several of the Corrosion of Conformity still left. This is in the Arms of God. $39.99. I do have another Cowboy Junkies. Sherry, I'll go ahead and tag you for it. Cowboy Junkies sold to Sherry Darnell. REM's now at 40. There's the third Corrosion of Conformity. We got 3 copies of that. Opeth is $49.99. Green vinyl. Buck Cherry was $28.99. Volume 10. Edwards at 40 on that. Link Ray sings and plays guitar. Surprised we didn't sell out of these. Baby Doll Pink vinyl from Sundazed. $33.99. Switchfoot, $38.99. Marilyn Monroe's Greatest Hits. Gatefold. Might be some nudity on the gatefold. We don't know. It's sealed. The Best of Otis Redding, $29.99. Radiohead, A Moon-Shaped Pool, $46.99. Great White, $39.99. Corrosion of Conformity was $39.99. Pink Fairies, $31. Proto Martyr? Sorry, I can't get that one down. $33.99. Bob Marley and Al Green. Martin says he'll take the live COC. That was this one right here. We have live volume COC on clear red vinyl. These are new street dates for Friday on that. REM, up first, let's pull Doc Smith's Al Green. That's a 50th anniversary on Tiger's Eye colored vinyl. I actually have another one of these in the next crate of new vinyl. REM is sold to Edward Star Wars for $40, and Roger Ramjet got the Elvis for $35. Good prices on both of those. Dokken is going to be a $40 start. This is a retail USOG copy. Gatefold. Looks like a nice jacket. This should be from Wisconsin. It is. Original Electra inner sleeves. This is a nice copy of Dokken. This is a nice copy of Dokken. Both original inner sleeves, near mint and pristine vinyl. Dokken is a $40 start. $40 start. The Al Green Call Me was, I think we can check, $36.99. Time for new vintage. I've been through that crate and this crate. I've been through 2 crates of new, 2 crates of vintage. Let's do another crate of vintage. Vintage. Let's see what we have here. Now that's cool. We got another amazing looking record here with a hop sticker on it. We've had a couple in a row tonight. Some Howlin' Wolf. Uh-oh. Quad Bob Dylan. What in the world? Where do these come from? That's an interesting Rolling Stones. Yeah, this is a very good looking crate. I think you're all going to like this one. Hawkwind. Rush. What in the world? I'm over here shocked. I've already pulled out a couple myself. Wow. Okay, this is a pretty good looking crate. Let's see here. Thomas Bowman, MM for Marilyn Monroe. I'm surprised those didn't sell out. We got one left. Thomas Bowman got one. Dokken was at 40. Dokken 42. Fred Carnell wants a Link Ray. Sold to Fred Carnell. Link Ray. Sold to Fred Carnell. Hawkwind coming soon. I have not seen any Lita Ford. Rob Scheffler needs to put back Opeth. Dokken's at 45. And let me get my neck adjusted. Ooh, that felt good. New vintage arrivals. Queen's Greatest Hits, $39.99. Looks like a nice looking jacket. Original inner sleeve. Very clean. Hope everybody's paying close attention. These are new arrivals from the Wisconsin collections. Opeth is still available if anybody wants it. That's Orchid. New Abbey Road Half-Speed Master on red vinyl, $49.99. Talking Heads is $44.99. Original inner sleeve, near mint minus vinyl. Talking Heads is $44.99. Little Creatures. The Doors, Full Circle, $29.99 for The Doors Full Circle. Original Golden Blues Greats, Volume 1, $12.99. Original Golden Blues Greats, Volume 1, $12.99. The Very Best of the Oldies, $9.99. The Very Best of the Oldies, $9.99. And Original Golden Instrumental Hits, $14.99. Like Tequila, $14.99. Gold Warner Brothers Mono in shrink wrap, $14.99. And Original Golden Greats Volume 3 is $12.99 in shrink wrap. That's another one on the Liberty label. We have Golden Souvenirs. This is another compilation, $12.99. United Artists, Golden Souvenirs. And Pink Floyd The Wall is a 79 Terre Haute, $74.99. Beautiful. Original inner sleeves too. Pink Floyd The Wall, $74.99 from that Wisconsin collection. David Bowie is $34.99. This is a black RCA label. Very, very nice, just like the other black RCA label David Bowie's we had last night. That one's $34.99. Tim Hardin 4 is $34.99. And Leslie Holt, that's one of our customers. Leslie, this is not your album. This is Leslie West, Mountain, $24.99. Okay, back up to the top, we had Doc in 46, Doc in 48, Doc in 49, Doc in 50. Will Price Wants the Bowie. That was a lad insane. A lad insane. Like a person that's insane. If you never did catch that on the title. Dawkins at 52 with Gary Samuels. The Best of the Trapp Family Singers. 32 songs by the Trapp Family Singers, $24.99. Dawkins at 52. Spotlight on the Kinks. Great compilation here. You really got me till the end of the day. Sunny Afternoon, Well Respected Man, Lola. This is $24.99. A lot of tracks on that. 2 LP. The Sandpiper's Greatest Hits. That's $9.99. Elton John, 11/17/70. Live Elton John. Original label. Really nice jacket. $34.99. That's a nice copy of that. The Doors, Waiting for the Sun, $32.99. Marines wrote her name on the cover, or him, or her. Marine, I guess that's a female name. There's the label, Butterfly Electra label, Celebration of the Lizard. The Lizard King. The Doors, Waiting for the Sun, $32.99. About a VG cover with the writing. Rush is $64.99. Fly By Night. This is an 81 Keel Press. 1981 Keel Press Rush. Fly By Night. That is a nice looking copy. $64.99. Oingo Boingo, Not My Slave is a white label promo. $19.99. And Blondie is $34.99. This is Blondie Plastic Letters. Haven't seen that one in a while. $34.99. Mike Massey wants Oingo. Final Call on Dockin. Gary Samuels has that for $52. $52. Hawkwind. Hall of the Mountain Grill. Hawkwind from 1974. This is in shrink wrap. It has the original inner sleeve. It is near mint minus. It does have a clip corner where it was in a cutout bin. This is near mint though. Inner sleeve, vinyl, and cover. If you ignore the clip corner, that's a $35 start on Hawkwind. We have John Leal first to Blondie. Walt Cruz, you were second. Dawkins at 54 with Calvin Ward. Gary Samuels, you're back out. Talking Heads is a Portugal pressing. More songs about building and food. That's $34.99. You can tell a little bit different cover because it's from Portugal. $34.99. ELO On the Third Day, Electric Light Orchestra. $19.99. Very clean vinyl for ELO. David, what do we have here? It's a 1984 UK unofficial from David Bowie. $99.99. David says made in England. David Bowie. Here we go. Live at the Rosemont Horizon, August 2nd, 1983. That is $99.99. Dawkins at 55 with Gary Samuels. Calvin's out. Brian C's in on Hawkwind. So final call on Dawkins. First call on Hawkwind. Pink Floyd is a 1975 press of Dark Side of the Moon. That's very nice vinyl, $59.99. Nice jacket too. Usually a jacket and album that is beat to heck. $59.99. Hawkwind's at 35. We have ZZ Top Fandango. ZZ Top Fandango, $34.99. That's a very clean copy. ZZ Top Fandango. The Rolling Stones is a 1982 UK 34. At first glance, you would think it's from 1962. That'd be a little early. Maybe 64 or something. That's an 82 UK pressing, $34.99. I've never seen that before, though. Van Morrison, Astral Weeks. This is an 80s pressing. Look how nice, though. $34.99. That's on a later 80s label. Near mint vinyl and a really nice jacket. Van Morrison, $34.99. Queen, Sheer Heart Attack. This also has the lyric insert with it. $39.99 for Queen, Sheer Heart Attack. And The Doors, Soft Parade. The Doors Soft Parade is $34.99. That is a also near mint looking copy of that. All right, final call on Hawkwind. Let's go ahead and sell Dawkins for $55. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and bring our next two records. If no one's bid on Hawkwind, I'm going to sell it to Brian C. for $35. Dawkins was sold for $55 to Gary Samuels. I'm going to bring this Elton John over here. And let me see what I've got in the department of Led Zeppelin. What do we have here? This looks like a, I'm going to wait. Let me see what else I got over here. Oh, another REM. REM, we always put these up for auction. I don't know if we've had this one lately either. Jared Benoit wants Queen, Sheer Heart Attack. That's nice. Hawkwind is Hall of the Mountain Grill. Hall of the Mountain Grill. James, you asked just in time. It's got the original inner sleeve. It's near mint. It's 74, I think. What year did I say on that? Yeah, 74 OG. It does have a clip corner. Somebody asked why do they clip the corners. That means this was in a store at one time for sale, and it didn't sell. And they put it in a discount bin, and whenever they put them in a discount bin, they clip the corners. Sometimes they put saw marks. Sometimes they put punch holes. It's called a cutout. If you bought records back in the day, you probably remember going to your local record store or wherever you went and bought records. There was usually some sort of discount bin. And if you remember, a lot of them had punch holes, clip corners, notches in them. That was the discount bin. That's where records like that did not sell end up. There's some very expensive records that were in cutout bins that are worth a lot of money now, like Velvet Underground and Nico. Okay, Jared Benoit got Queen. James Bragg's in on Hawkwind, so he got in just in time on that. James Bragg's in at 37. Brian C., you're out. We have Elton John. Check this out. This is a OG first pressing of his first U.S. album. He had an album out in the UK. Like before this U.S. album. It was called Empty Sky. This is in shrink wrap. This is one of those like amazing Wisconsin finds where the vinyl is near mint. Take a look at this. US OG, near mint. Let's see what we like in the inner sleeve department. Let's see if this guy's actually left the... Ooh, it does have a uni. Let's see if this is the right era. You know, diamond, butter, incense, and peppermints. Yeah, this is probably the original inner sleeve too. Looks like from the right era based on the other releases I see on here. So original uni inner sleeve. This is going to be a $45 start. And here's what's really cool. Featuring your song. Hype sticker alert. Elton John. This is a $45 start. It looks like the price tag did the price tag got removed at one point, unfortunately. And there was something else right here too. I don't know what happened, but that's a nice copy. Elton John, self-titled, with hype sticker, featuring your song. Shrink wrap, beautiful copy. His debut U.S. album, top copy, shrink wrap and hype sticker. 45, 50, now 60. That's one of those incredible finds. Now, I remember when I was looking through these Wisconsin records, there's somewhere where we got some jazz that we hadn't got to. We got a John Coltrane Blue Train that looks like that. It's like somebody, or like that Bob Dylan last night. It looks like somebody just opened it. And I remember looking at the dead wax, and it looked like a first Blue Note pressing. That's going to be like a Hall of Fame record whenever we find that. There's about 30,000 more albums from this collection we hadn't gone through yet. No, we bought about 30,000. There's about 20,000. No, there was 11,000. Excuse me. There's about 8,000 more we haven't been through. We've probably been through 3,000 or 4,000. There's about 8,000 records from this collection that we probably hadn't touched yet. Roger Ramjet wants the Elton 1170 Live. Yeah, here's another one. Looks like a first press that was just near mint, uni. That's sold to Roger Ramjet. And Hawkwind, James Bragg, let me know if you're in or out because Brian C. bid 38. James Bragg, you're out on Hawkwind. High bid on Elton John is at 60. All right, we were at the Doors. Now we have the Beatles, which looks like the Beatles ballads, but it's some kind of foreign pressing. It's from Holland, $34.99. It has that Beatles ballads artwork on it. That's from Holland. It's on Parlophone, $34.99. 41 on Hawkwind, 65 on Elton John. Bob Dylan is a quad pressing of Nashville Skyline. Nice, clean, near mint too. $44.99 quad pressing from 74 of Nashville Skyline. That's sold to Ryan Anderson. The Eagles Live is $39.99. The Eagles Live, $39.99. 2LP has the original inner sleeves with it. The Eagles Live, $39.99. And Howlin' Wolf, Riding in the Moonlight, $34.99 for Howlin' Wolf. That's some kind of German or UK. I can tell from the vinyl and the label. Howlin' Wolf is $34.99. Tanner, that was $34.99. Sold to Kyle Gregory. Elton John's at $70. Ryan Anderson got the Dylan. Bob Dylan was second to John Young. John's back in on Elton at $70. Brian C., let me know if you're in or out on Hawkwind. James Bragg's at $41. And the Rush Fly By Night. Rush Fly By Night is $64.99. It's a 1981 Kill Press, $64.99. 81 Kill Press. This album originally came out in 75. Vinyl and cover are immaculate. That is $64.99. We don't get them that nice very often. ELO, could it be a promo copy? It is. White label promo of a New World Record. It's got the timing strip on the front too. Also a promo label. ELO is $29.99 promo copy. The Eagles self-titled first album, $34.99 on the Eagles self-titled first album. John Young wants ELO. Brian C's out on Hawkwind, so final call on Hawkwind. James Bragg has that for $41, and they're still bidding on Elton John, it looks like. John Young's at $70, waiting for Calvin Ward. The Everly Brothers, EB84, Gold Stamp promo, $19.99. James, you were second on ELO. Russell S., you were third. Inya, I think that's how you say that. $14.99. Inya or Inye, $14.99. And we have Elton John live in Australia. That's $39.99. Elton John live in Australia with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. 2LP. Haven't seen this in a while. Live Elton John, $39.99. That was another good crate. Oh, wait a minute. There's a couple more in here. Buddy Holly, the Nashville Sessions. Buddy Holly's $24.99. And Peter Gabriel is $34.99. Rain on the Car album, original label. That looked near me at $34.99. Okay, now we got everybody out. We can do final calls. Elton John is at $70 with John Young. That's $70. Elton John's debut album. Shrink wrap and hop sticker featuring your song. I think that's pretty incredible. That's one of those like crazy Wisconsin finds. Pamela's at $71. And we have Hawkwind at $41, and that's about to sell as soon as I take a drink of water. A drink of water that's loaded with caffeine powder. Can I see the Rolling Stones again? You sure can. We're going to go through everything. We're going to go through everything in here, just reading the titles. If you want to see it, get a price on it. This is called the Rolling Stones. You Better Move On, Poison Ivy, Bye Bye Johnny, and Money. Looks like a 4-track, 1982 UK, $34.99. And Ina was in Clannad. That's interesting. The Peter Gabriel was $34.99. Let's go ahead and sell Hawkwind. Hawkwind is sold to James Bragg for $41. We got a new bid on Elton John. John Young, you're out. Pamela's at $71. REM, Fables of the Reconstruction. REM is a 1985 club pressing. This is near me, and it is a club pressing. This is really nice, too. This one also opens from the left side instead of the right side. unless you're technically saying it opens up backwards. It looks upside down that way. Club pressing, near mint, very, very nice. $40 start. Super clean, nice looking vinyl. Don't let the word club scare you on this one. $40 start. Fables of the Reconstruction REM. Nice, clean copy. I haven't seen that one reissued in a long time. James Bragg's at $41. Here's what's left in this bin. Queen's Greatest Hits. If you want prices, let me know. We have Talking Heads, Queen, The Doors, Original Gold and Blues Greats, The Oldies Comp, Original Gold and Instrumental Hits, Original Gold and Oldies Volume 3, Gold and Souvenirs, Pink Floyd, Tim Hardin 4. Price and info on First Talking Heads. Talking Heads is a US OG, near mint, original inner sleeve, $44.99. Beautiful copy. Can't believe it hadn't been claimed. Pamela, if you want it, it's yours. Next is Pamela Yeager. She went ahead and bid $75 on Elton John. John Young's at $80. Sherry Darnell wants The Doors Full Circle. We still got Queen's Greatest Hits. That's a near mint OG, $39.99. Leslie West from Mountain. The name of the album is Mountain, $24.99. The Best of the Trap Family Singers. REM's at $45 with Edward. Spotlight on the Kinks. The Sandpipers' Greatest Hits. The Doors, Waiting for the Sun, $32.99. Ryan Anderson on ZZ. Was that ZZ Top? Let's see what we have here. I think there was a ZZ Top in here. Fandango. Is that right? Yep, Fandango. Steve Merkel, The Kinks, was $24.99. That's called Spotlight on the Kinks. It's a 24-track 2LP, and it has, from what I'm seeing, all their best hits. You Really Got Me, Till the End of the Day. Here's some of my favorites. All Day and All of the Night. And David Watts is on here. Sunny Afternoon. Well Respected Man. Lola. Steve, if you want that, it's yours. If not, Jim Hickson was second to claim it. Pamela's at 81 on Elton John. John Young's right back in at 85. REM is at 47 with James Bragg. This Talking Heads is called More Songs About Buildings and Food. This was pressed in Portugal. It's also near mint, $34.99. Steve Merkel gets the Kinks. Jim Hickson, he was right before you asking the price, so that means he got it. Is the Trap Singers from The Sound of Music. 32 songs by the Trap Family Singers whose story is portrayed in the hit musical play, The Sound of Music. That's what it says on the front. It's a gatefold 2LP, and that is, but yeah, I believe that's what that is. That is $24.99. Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd, price and condition. This was a nice copy. It is a 79 Terre Haute, which is OG. It's a gatefold. It's $74.99. You know, like I said, this is a decent, I mean, you can see just a little bit of wear there, but this is a nice copy. The vinyl looks unplayed. Very, very nice. $74.99. 79 Terre Haute, The Wall. Very nice. Elton John, 86. Elton John, 95. Sherry will take the Trap Family Singers. REM's at 50. Elton John's at 95. ELO on the third day, $19.99. David Bowie, this was a live unofficial from 1984. It's from a 1983 concert. That is $99.99. Dark Side of the Moon is $59.99. That was pressed in 1975. Van Morrison is still available. Astral Weeks, $34.99. It's a second label or possibly even third label. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. She was waiting for that. The Doors Soft Parade, $34.99. Yes, the Trap Family Singers was $24.99, Sherry. The Doors Soft Parade, $34.99. REM's at $52. Elton John's at $95. Pamela, you're out on that one. The Beatles is a 1980 Holland Press. I call that the Beatles Ballads, $34.99. The Eagles Live 2LP. We have Rush, Fly By Night. The Eagles Self-Titled. The Everly Brothers. Enya. Elton John, live in Australia. Buddy Holly. Peter Gabriel. And the Rolling Stones. That's another great crate of stuff. I can't believe this didn't sell. I could probably say that about the whole crate. All right, I'm going to change that out. I'm going to keep these right here behind me so I can literally turn right around if you decide you want something else. Not counting the whole box of the Foo Fighters records, which technically I've already read off. I've already read off the pre-order for Foo Fighters. Let me go through our last crate of new vinyl, and then I've got 4 or 5 crates left of new vintage stuff. We should have time to go through a lot more. This does have some new releases. We got a couple new claims. John Miller wants Queen, and Craig wants Talking Heads. Craig, which Talking Heads did you want? I'm assuming you want Little Creatures, but let me know if you also want more songs about building and food. The Portugal, he wants buildings. Okay, so more songs about buildings and food. I was incorrect. The Portugal copy is a little interesting because it is got an alternate cover on it. So Queen, let's see. Thank you. Pamela's out on Elton John. John Miller got Queen. Craig Johnson got Talking Heads. Annie wants food. Okay. No, buildings and food. Okay, never mind. That's the same album. Little Creatures is still available. $44.99. REM's at $55. James Bragg and Edward are still bidding on that. Pamela's out on the Elton John. Let me review that one more time. John Young has the high bid for $95. This is Elton John, self-titled debut, shrink wrap, hop sticker, beautiful copy, original label. Nice, beautiful. $95 is the high bid. I figured that one would do well. We've had a couple what I call extraordinary finds from this collection. That's one of them. The Bob Dylan was one of them last night. We bid on that for a half hour. New De La Soul. Stakes is high. Self-produced pivotal release. De La Soul, $36.99. There was a pre-order for this. Jerry Stone, Sean Fairweather, Colin Butler, Dan White, and Preston Rogers. Jerry Stone, Sean Fairweather, Colin Butler, Dan White, and Preston Rogers. Stakes is high. De La Soul, $36.99. I've got 2 more left to sell. And we had a new Bob Dylan release this week. It's called Shadow Kingdom. Soundtrack to the concert film, 14 newly recorded songs, 2 LPs. New Bob Dylan is $36.99. The pre-order for that was Tony Murphy, George Buchanan, Paul Brothers, Sherry Darnell, and James Bragg. Chaz gets a De La Soul. Chaz, if you're looking for other De La Souls, I've got 2 others in stock if you're looking for 3 Feet High and Rising. I have that. Elton John, I'm going to do a final call. The John Young and Mr. Edward Star Wars. Let me know if you're in or out on REM. I'm probably going to sell those at the same time if you're out. If not, you can keep bidding. A restock of Taylor Swift Evermore. Green vinyl, Taylor Swift, $31.99. I've got 2, 4, or 5 of those available. And we did get more Megadeth. Megadeth is Rust in Peace, $44.99. There was only one person that didn't get one last night that went on the waiting list, and that was Scott Fish. That was last night. I told y'all I was getting more in this shipment. If you was waiting for them to get those right now, that is $44.99. $44.99. This is, we have it on magenta vinyl. We have it on magenta vinyl, and we have it on yellow vinyl, and we have it on black vinyl, but I'm assuming you want colored. $39.99. $39.99. Okay, James Bragg, $57. Edwards at $60. Let's go ahead and sell Elton John. That's sold to John Young for $95. Elton John self-titled, shrink wrap pop sticker. REM, $55, $57. Edward is still in. He's at $60. Kyle Gregory wants a Megadeth. That's sold to Kyle Gregory. James Bragg is at $62. And REM is out. So final call on REM. James Bragg's at $62. This De La Soul is $39.99, either magenta or yellow vinyl. Those are $39.99. 2 LP with comic book. Rhonda wants Megadeth. There's another Megadeth sold, Rust in Peace. Get these while you can. That's not a joke. Get those while you can. $44.99. Paul Brothers wants the Pink Floyd The Wall from the Last Crate. That's sold to Paul Brothers. Awesome copy. Haven't listened to that in a while. May have to give that one a spin. Also, we got the new reissue or the reissue of 9 Inch Nails that we showed last week. If you was on the waiting list, you got one. This is 9 Inch Nails, Pretty Hate Machine. I've got 3 left. The waiting list was George Ellis, Jason Fornerat, Angela Leckington, Sarah Morgan, and Sean Fairweather. 9 Inch Nails is $49.99. I've got 3 more of those. Chaz got the De La Soul. Let's go ahead and sell James Bragg REM for $62. That's sold to James Bragg. 1 copy of Judas Priest, British Steel. Nobody's left on a waiting list, so everybody's got one. If you were on a waiting list, you either get one this week or you got one last week. This one is available to be claimed. I've only got 1. And Paramore, This Is Why. Paramore is $31.99. Black vinyl, $31.99. That was a good crate of new stuff. Let me put up some new auctions. I'm going to read through those titles one more time. We have a couple of Nautilus Super Disc. We have a couple Nautilus Super Disc. One of them is Fleetwood Mac Rumors, which I think, and we'll go ahead and do the Police too. Fleetwood Mac Rumors Nautilus Super Disc is $115 start. Fleetwood Mac Rumors Nautilus Super Disc. This is $115 start. It is near mint and pristine, and it has the insert with it. That's $115 start. And the Police Ghost in the Machine, another Nautilus Super Disc, that is a $55 start. Police Ghost in the Machine, those are Nautilus Super Disc, $115 and $55 starts on those. Chad, I missed a question on Enya. If somebody had a question on Enya, let me know, and I will try my best to answer that. Was on the last record. De La Soul, $36.99. Stakes is High, last copy. Bob Dylan, Shadow Kingdom, last copy, $36.99. Taylor Swift, Evermore, $31.99. Megadeth, Rust in Peace, $44.99. 9 Inch Nails, $49.99. 3 copies left, 2 LP remaster. Judas Priest is $29.99. And Paramore, This Is Why, $31.99. A Nautilus Super Disc is a audiophile pressing. It's on high quality vinyl. It's mastered better. It's an audiophile pressing. That's why they're very collectible and very pricey. James Bragg wants a 9 Inch Nails. Let me make sure you wasn't on a waiting list. You wasn't. 2 9 Inch Nails left. That's a 2 LP version of that. And what was the title of the Enya? The Enya from the last crate was called... It looks like a 12-inch. It's got 3 tracks on it. Orinoco Flow, Samo Tim. Boy, these are hard to read. And Out of the Blue. It's got 3 tracks on it. It's a specially priced maxi single. Catalog number 0-21129. And that was $14.99. $115 and $55 starts on those if anybody is interested. Final call on this crate. I'm going to bring up new vintage stuff. We got plenty more to go through, including new Japanese titles. Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more crates of vintage to go through. And we've already been through 3. So we probably got time for 3 more really good crates of vintage since we don't have a lot more new vinyl to go through. I'd say late tonight we'll do a big recap and then we'll have CDs, but we have a long time before that. I got plenty more to show you. Whoops, I didn't go through this crate. I got to take it off camera for a second. Y'all get to look at the floor for a few seconds. Let me see what's in here. It's check condition. It's check condition. I see a Grateful Dead. That's good. B-52s, The Who, Queen, David Bowie. I was just going to make sure there's nothing like, whoa, we need to pull this out. Now, these are great titles, though. Y'all are going to like these. Yeah. This crate is going to get probably, hopefully, obliterated. We'll find out. Paul Brothers is at 55 on the Police. Going twice, going 3 times. If you want to get in on the Fleetwood Mac, now is the time. All right. We have Yes Songs. EX $37.99. Yes Songs. Triple LP EX $37.99. These are check condition. So I'm going to read you the title. I'm going to tell you the condition. I'm going to tell you the price. Fairport Convention. VG Plus $19.99. Full House. Full House. That's a promo copy. Fred Carnell's in on the Police. I'm going to go ahead and end Fleetwood Mac so I can put more new auctions up, especially from the Japanese band. If anybody wants this, $115 buy it now, and that's more, or excuse me, that's less than what we had it stickered for. So Fleetwood Mac Rumors, and then earlier, if you missed out on it, the Monkeys was $35. Fleetwood Mac is at $115. Enya was $14.99. I'm going to put away Opeth, and I'm going to put away Enya. I'm going to leave those laying right there. I'm going to put that there and that in here. Okay. So we got the Police, got an auction going on that. Literally, we got 2 bidders. The Japanese crate had Paul Simon, the Beatles, ABBA, Michael Jackson, Physical Graffiti. That's more American Graffiti, not Physical Graffiti. Let's do Ace Frehley. Frehley's Comet. We'll say a $65 start. Ace Frehley. Frehley's Comet, Japanese pressing, near mint and pristine. Ace Frehley, Frehley's Comet, near mint and pristine Japanese vinyl. 2-page flip, Ace Frehley. Where's Pete Weisgarber at? He'd be all over this. Ace Frehley is a $65 star. Fairport Convention. Bang Bang, you're Terry Reed. 68 Pittman Press, VG Plus, $29.99. The Doors, Strange Days, EX, $32.99. That is on the Butterfly Electra label. That's EX, $32.99. Hunky Dory, David Bowie, 71 Indianapolis, EX, $69.99. Orange label OG, 71 Indianapolis, EX, $69.99. Very clean looking record. Otis Redding, live in Europe, a VG copy, $19.99. Otis Redding, live in Europe, VG copy, $19.99 for Otis Redding. Tracy Chapman is $49.99. That's a VG copy. Tracy Chapman, Fast Car, VG, $49.99. Russell S. wants the David Bowie. The Police is at $58. Fred Carnell, let me know if you're in or out. Paul Brothers has it for $58. Looking for a $65 start on Ace. Black Oak, Arkansas is VG, $9.99. Black Oak, Arkansas, VG, $9.99. George Harrison, Living in the Material World. What's this on the back of it? Looks like a sticky price tag got on the back of it. VG, $12.99. Living in the Material World. Fred's backing on the Police at $60. Klaatu is VG, $9.99. Klaatu, VG, $9.99. Which Fairport is that? The Fairport Convention is called Full House. Full House. It's a punch hole. It has some writing. A good thing is it's a white label promo. A clean looking VG Plus, $19.99. Klaatu. Peter Frampton, I'm in you. That's a VG copy, $9.99. Kansas. Kansas is EX, $17.99. EX, $17.99. That's their debut self-titled album. Paul's out on the Police. Going twice, going 3 times to Fred Carnell for $60. Gary U.S. Bonds, Twisting Up Calypso. That's VG, $14.99. Gary U.S. Bonds. The New Searchers LP, Chris, John, Mike, and Frank. EX, $17.99. Paul Simon, there goes a Ryman Simon. VG Plus, $14.99. There goes a Ryman Simon. VG Plus, $14.99. Rant and Rave, the Stray Cats. That's EX, $22.99. Rant and Rave with the Stray Cats, original inner sleeve. That's EX, $22.99. Yep, punch holes, clip corners, and saw marks. All the same things. Punch holes, clip marks, and saw marks. Saw marks, clip corners, and punch holes. All the same thing. John Cougar, Nothing Matters and What If It Did. VG Plus, $14.99. And the Tremolos, Here Comes My Baby. VG, $9.99. Punch holes, saw marks, and clip corners all mean the same thing. A cutout, promo, discount bin, something of that nature. It could also mean a promo. VG, $9.99. Craig Johnson wants Yes. I think he took the advice of Darren Meyer. Somebody get the Yes songs. That's a triple LP live Yes. Yes, it is very good. Yesterday and Today, VG Plus, $29.99. No, it's not a butcher cover. It is VG Plus, $29.99. It is a Scranton press, and it is probably a Capital Rainbow label. That's a VG Plus, $29.99. Yesterday and Today. Ooh, this looks interesting. This is EX, $99.99. 65 mono red label. It's got the hype sticker. It's in shrink wrap. The Rolling Stones, December's Children. Mono red label, $99.99. That probably slipped through. Should have been an auction record right there. That is EX, $99.99. 65 mono red label, hype sticker, and shrink wrap. John Young, sold. We also sell the Police to Fred Carnell for $60. Ryan Anderson was second on Rolling Stones. And if anybody wants Ace Frehley, this is a surprise. Frehley's Comet, Japanese press, and $65 buy now. Japanese press, near mint and pristine with Obi. That's a $65 start on Ace Frehley. Frehley's Comet, a $65 start on that. Let me put that away. Wade Lucas, sold, $65. One of our Kiss buyers. Fred Carnell, you were second. The Cars, another Nautilus Super Disc. This is EX. This is $99.99 from 1980. A Nautilus Super Disc. EX on the vinyl. It has a couple scuffs on it. That's $99.99. Rubber Soul is a purple capital pressing. VG Plus, $24.99 on the Beatles Rubber Soul, VG Plus $24.99. And the Beatles live concert at Whiskey Flats. This is VG Plus $39.99. Interesting. Beatles live concert at Whiskey Flats, VG Plus $39.99. I wonder what that is. Will Price on Rubber Soul. Genesis, A Trick of the Tail, a VG copy for $9.99. Genesis, A Trick of the Tail, VG $9.99. The Animals on Tour, a VG copy, $9.99. Uriah Heep, Look at Yourself, EX $17.99. Elvis Costello, VG Plus $14.99. Armed Forces, no 45 with it. VG Plus $14.99. No 45 with it. Rod Stewart, Gasoline Alley, VG $9.99. Lazarus wants the Genesis, Trick of the Tail. That's sold to Lazarus. The Best of Gordon Lightfoot, VG Plus $14.99. The Best of Gordon Lightfoot, VG Plus $14.99. And Andy Gibbs, Greatest Hits, EX $12.99. Andy Gibbs, Greatest Hits, EX $12.99. Let me see what I've got in the Japanese bin. I've got Toto and Bing Crosby. Let's do a Christmas album. Christmas in May. It is the last day of the month, too. Tomorrow starts June. Unbelievable. And then June will fly by, and so will July, and then it'll be snowing again. And we'll be putting up Christmas decorations. Alan Jonathan on Best of Gordon Lightfoot. Pam Dickens was second. We have Toto 4. This is a $45 start. It is near mint and pristine. Toto 4. Near mint and pristine. Japanese pressing. Africa has a solicitation form. We have a nice cover of Obi. That's a $45 start. And how about Merry Christmas from Bing Crosby? Now that's cool. Really cool Obi with it. Bing Crosby, classic Christmas album. That's a $35 start. Near mint, Japanese pressing. Bing Crosby, $35 start. There's the Japanese insert. $35 start on that. Pamela Yeager. Let's see here. We have Pamela Yeager on Kansas. That was the self-titled Kansas album. That's sold to Pamela. Before that is, can I see the Tracy Chapman? This is the lowest price I've ever had on a Tracy Chapman. Mostly because it's VG, but I don't think it's too bad. I mean, like I said, usually these are 80 plus we sell them for. It's got some scuffs and some marks. It is VG. I don't know how well it plays, but it's $49.99 original inner sleeve. I would think that would be a deal. Like I said, mint copies. We've never sold one, I think, under 80 before. That's $49.99. We pulled Kansas, Toto 45, Bing Crosby 35, now 37. Another copy of the Moody Blues, go now. VG Plus $14.99. We have Young Americans, David Bowie. This is a 75 Hollywood orange label, VG Plus $34.99. 75 Hollywood orange label, VG Plus $34.99. Queen 2 is a 74 Terre Haute, EX $39.99. Queen 2, EX $39.99. And Van Morrison, Into the Music. That's in shrink wrap, EX $32.99. John Young on David Bowie, Young Americans. Bing Crosby's at 37. Toto is on its final call for 45. Russell S., you were second to David Bowie. Roy Gallagher, Stage Struck, recorded live. Roy Gallagher is a VG Plus $14.99. The Who, Meaty, Beady, Big, and Bouncy. The Who is VG Plus $14.99. Original Decca label. Profile, The Best of Emmylou Harris. Manufactured by Columbia House under license, EX $12.99. We have Bowie. We have Rory and Rory. Roy Gallagher sold to Joe Sloop. Kevin was second. John Young wants The Who. Final call on Toto and final call on Bing Crosby. Ken Crooker, if you could let me know if you're in or out on Bing. The Miracles doing Mickey's Monkey. That's a VG $49.99. It's a 63 mono. Has some writing, JW, and wood on the back cover. The front's in shrink wrap. It's on Tamla Motown. That's VG $49.99. Jared Benoit, first on Queen 2. That's sold to Jared. Sly and the Family Stone, fresh. That's EX $29.99. 73 Terre Haute. John Leal, he is in on Toto. That means we're about to sell Bing Crosby. Sly and the Family Stone, that's got the original inner sleeve with it. EX $29.99, 1973. And this is, I know what this is. What is this? EX 1999. This is a comp, isn't it, from Warner Brothers? Yeah, this is called Schlagers. This is one of those Warner Brothers compilations. Never mind on Bing Crosby. We have a new bidder on that. Pam's at 40. So Toto's at 46. Pam's at 40 on Bing. The B-52s is in shrink wrap. VG Plus vinyl, $24.99. 1980 Winchester, first label. 1980 Winchester, first label. That's VG Plus, $24.99. I got to use my phone for just a second. Let me pull up this over here before I forget. Let me do something. I need a quick timeout, everybody. I think y'all can bear with me, right? Let's see. Hope I can get this in on time. I'm ordering food. Yeah, I'm ordering food. I knew if I didn't do it right now, I'd forget. I have until 9:30 to put in an order for it to be delivered. I just ordered food. It was not cheap. A cheeseburger and salad from Chili's after DoorDash fee and tip, about $28. But that's called America. Okay, Toto 46, Bing Crosby 40, B-52s. Did I miss any comments? Because I was off my phone. We have Pamela Yeager on B-52. That's sold to Pamela Yeager. And let me check else on the screen. And let me just refresh my feed now. So the bids, Pam's at 40 on Bing. John Lang's out. And Toto is at 46. So 46 on Toto. And we're about to sell both of those. Comes with, yeah, Chili's is going to come with a hop sticker. All right, let me refresh my feed. And Tanner, I may have to go with you on those bids one more time because I've already forgot them. And my comments are deleted. Savoy Brown, Rock and Roll Warriors, EX 1799. EX 1799, Savoy Brown, Rock and Roll Warriors. Jeff Beck Flash. Jeff Beck is VG Plus 1499. Squeeze, East Side Story. Squeeze is EX 1999. The Thompson Twins, Sidekicks. That's VG Plus 1699. Moving with Nancy. Nancy Sinatra. This is on the original label. Tricolor Steamboat, VG Plus $14.99. Nancy Sinatra. We got a new bid on Toto. Lazarus is still in. Randy Scarborough first. The Thompson Twins. Brian C. was second. Who had the $40 bid on Bing Crosby, though? Pam Dickens. You get the Bing Crosby for 40. John Leal and Lazarus is still bidding on Toto. Clay Moore wants the Nancy Sinatra. Randy Scarborough got Thompson Twins. Brian C. was next. Next Japanese auction, let's do the More Physical Graffiti, Volume 2. I keep saying physical. American. This is not Led Zeppelin, nor do they appear on this album. This is the soundtrack from American Graffiti, More American Graffiti, Volume 2, Near Mint and Pristine, 2 LP. These are awesome soundtracks. I don't know if I've had a Japanese pressing of this one. The vinyl was Near Mint. It's 2 LPs, LP1, LP2. There's the lyric book with it. Gatefold with Obi. American Graffiti is a $35 start. The angry emojis. Well, I need to. If you see, I know it's in the way. It would be best if whenever it happens, no one acknowledges it. Of course, I know it's hard to because people hop on. They're like, what's up with all the angry faces? But we think we know who's doing it. I guess what we can do is we can do a temporary block of somebody, and then if it's done, if they don't do it the next couple shows, or we don't see it the next couple shows, then we know that it was them. So we're going to have to do some experimenting on some blocking, but we're going to have to because it's becoming a problem at this point. Randy Newman is VG Plus $14.99, and we have Thank God It's Friday. Thank God It's Friday soundtrack, VG Plus $24.99. Clay Moore put NS, and he said he already had that. Was that something we've already tagged? Nancy Sinatra. Is that the one, Clay? So if so, that's still available. Klaatu. But yeah, if you're wearing out the emoji button and you know it's you and you don't want to be blocked, then I would stop doing it because we're going to start doing some experimenting on who we think it is and block them, and then you probably won't get to watch our shows again. This is the orange label, Klaatu. Actually, I think you can still watch if you're blocked. You just can't buy or comment. We have some people who... We've also blocked some people, and they've made multiple accounts, and it's just like an endless thing. I'm like, man. So yeah, it's like, yeah, it's crazy. The Flamingos is 1959 mono deep groove, $49.99. I'm like, well, I guess they don't have any other entertainment every night. The Flamingos, well, that's pretty interesting. This is 1959 mono deep groove, $49.99. The Flamingos, $49.99. Mono deep groove, $49.99. Let's see here. Back up to the top, Toto is at 48. So Lazarus, you're out on Toto. More American Graffiti is a $45 start. No bids yet. John Lang wants the Jeff Beck. Bands on Schlager, a lot. A bunch of bands. I can read those off, or maybe we can get a copy and paste in a second. Let's see here. Let's see. And I think we're caught up. Okay, Lazarus is out on Toto. The Highwayman, that's VG, $12.99. Deep Purple, made in Japan. It looks like a UK pressing. It is 73 UK EX, $37.99. Deep Purple, When We Rock, and When We Roll. That's a greatest hits. VG Plus, $16.99. Deep Purple is VG Plus, $16.99. Sentimentally Yours, Patsy Cline, with hype sticker. That's actually on there. Featuring Heartaches, VG Plus, $19.99. Chris Ferrara on HM, The Highwaymen. That's sold to Chris Ferrara. And this is Queen the Game, EX, $32.99. EX, $32.99. Here's the Grateful Dead I was telling about when we first started. This is VG, $29.99. It has a feelable scratch on side 1, just FYI. The rest of it's okay. Let me find where that is on here. Feelable scratch. And right here. That's probably going to leave a click when it goes across there. Not terrible. The rest of it looks beautiful. That's sold to Brian Hummel. Toto is sold to John Leal for $48. And if anybody wants more American Graffiti, that was I think I said $45. That's a $35 buy it now. $35 buy it now. And like I said, y'all just let us know if the emojis become a problem, and we'll start doing some trial and error. I wish there was a way. I'm going to go in and see if I can turn that off, but I don't think I can, though. If I could turn it off, it would be great. So it's just like the stars. See, here's the only thing I see. Here's what I see. That's all I see. Whatever pops up. See how John just popped up on the screen? They pop up here. They're not on YouTube because it's a Facebook feature. But let me see here. Let me go over here. I hadn't been on Facebook Live while we're live in quite some time. Let me see what's going on over here. Let me mute it for a second. Give me 1 second. I'm about to change crates. And I'm not on the admin side, I don't think, though. I don't know if I can be, actually. That was just me viewing as Chad Williams. Let me see if I can click on it as Coletco. Let me get 2 new Japanese auctions going. Let me click on it as Coletco. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything I can do there. There's the buttons. They work. I just tried one. Yeah. Who can comment on this post? Turn off captions. Change video quality. Public. Yeah, we definitely want the public to be able to comment on there. I don't think there's any other thing I can do with the emojis. Edit history. COVID-19 update. And that's about it. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. New crate. Let's do that. Actually, I guess I can read through those titles one more time. There were some great titles in here. Let me put up a couple new Japanese auctions. We've got Edgar Winter Group and an Elvis Presley that I've never seen before. Looks like maybe a Japanese-only release. We have Edgar Winter Group Shock Treatment. Really cool pink obi. This is EX for a $35 start. Edgar Winter Group Shock Treatment. Edgar Winter Group Shock Treatment. That is a $35 start. That's an orange Epic label, Japanese pressing. It has this Japanese flip. There's Edgar. There's an inner sleeve. And it has a nice cover with obi. And this is a $35 start. Edgar Winter Group Shock Treatment. And then this is called Elvis Presley Rock and Roll Years. Elvis Presley Rock and Roll Years. That sounds good. The Rock and Roll Years. That's a $35 start. Japanese pressing with obi. Jailhouse Rock, Trouble, One Night, Big Hunk of Love. Let's see here. Heartbreak Hotel, That's All Right, Don't Be Cruel, Hound Dog, Blue Suede Shoes, All Shook Up. Yeah, those are his rock and roll hits. That's a $35 start. Japanese. Probably if you're an Elvis collector, you may or may not seen that one. I haven't seen it before. Those are both $35 starts. Now, a recap of this bin. We've got Bang Bang, Your Terry Reid, The Doors, Strange Days, Otis Redding, Live in Europe, Black Oak, Arkansas, George Harrison, Fairport Convention, Peter Frampton, Gary U.S. Bonds, The New Searchers LP, Paul Simon, There Goes a Rhymin' Simon, Rant and Rave with the Stray Cats, John Cougar, The Tremolos, The Beatles, Yesterday and Today, The Cars, Super Disc, The Beatles live concert at Whiskey Flats, The Animals on Tour, Uriah Heep, Look at Yourself, Rod Stewart, Elvis Costello, Andy Gibbs. That's Andy Gibb. It's Andy Gibb. Andy Gibbs' greatest hits. Tracy Chapman, The Moody Blues, Van Morrison, Emmylou Harris, The Miracles, Sly and the Family Stone, Schlagers. So yeah, the Schlagers is Association. I see Ella Fitzgerald, Herbie Hancock, Lightfoot, Kenny Rogers, Peter, Paul and Mary, Mason Williams, Frank Sinatra, Joni Mitchell, The Vogues, all kinds of stuff. This Tracy Chapman was VG condition, $49.99. Sherry Darnell wants Van Morrison, Into the Music. She was waiting on that one. Thomas Bowman wants Andy. That's Andy Gibbs' greatest hits. That's sold to Thomas Bowman. Schlagers, Savoy Brown. Squeeze, East Side Story. Randy Newman Live. Thank God It's Friday soundtrack. Sarah Long says she'll take the Tracy Chapman. I was waiting for that. That's sold to Sarah Long. Klaatu. The Flamingos on Checker. 1959 mono. How much is Elvis Costello Armed Forces? Russell S. Elvis Costello was VG Plus $14.99. VG Plus $14.99. Elvis Costello Armed Forces. Bernie wants to know how much was Otis Redding. Otis is live in Europe. That's a VG copy, $19.99 on Volta Records. VG, $19.99. Next question was Kenneth Abrams. How much was Klaatu? Klaatu is a VG copy, orange capital label, $9.99. Clay Moore was first. He wants the Flamingos. That's something we don't get very often. Early Flamingos album like that. That's sold to Clay Moore. Paul Brothers wants to Thank God It's Friday. Dennis, the Klaatu is just sold. We had somebody just claim it before you, and that was Kenneth Abrams. He gets Klaatu. Russell S. wants the Elvis Costello. And Kenneth is a first-time buyer. Thank you and welcome. First-time buyers, please make sure you message our Facebook page, which is CollectCo. We get your information there, and then we send you a email invoice every Monday. Sometimes people get them on Sundays, if it depends on the first letter of your first name, and I guess maybe by what state we're doing it now. So invoices go out Sunday and Monday. $7 in limited shipping. That starts on Monday, and that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's $7 per week, whether you get one record or 300 records. If you want to buy 300 records, we'll ship them to you for $7. It'll probably cost us hundreds, but we'll ship them to you for $7. Deep Purple is EX $37.99, made in Japan. That's a Deep Purple comp. Then we had Patsy Cline on the original Decca label, just $19.99, Sentimentally Yours, original label, and it has this hop sticker on it. And then Queen the Game. Queen the Game is EX $32.99. And did I have anything? Hendry wants to know Uriah Heep, price and condition. Uriah Heep, that was Look at Yourself. Look at Yourself. Uriah Heep, this is EX $17.99. Uriah Heep, Look at Yourself. EX $17.99. Look at Yourself. All right. I'm going to make these bot nows. If anybody wants Edgar Winter, that's a $35 bot now on Edgar Winter Shock Treatment. Edgar Winter Shock Treatment, $35 bot now. And if anybody wants the Elvis Japanese pressing, $35 bot now on that. Rock and Roll Years, that's now a $35 bot now. And we got a couple of claims and questions. Let me get those right now. We've got with Stray Cats. Stray Cats was Stray Cats. Stray Cats. That was Rant and Rave with the Stray Cats. Rant and Rave with the Stray Cats. That's EX $22.99. Original inner sleeve. EX $22.99. Rant and Rave with the Stray Cats. Next was Hendry said sold on Uriah Heep. Josie, the Gasoline Alley. That had a unique cover on it too. It looks almost like it's foil. But Gasoline Alley is VG $9.99. That's the original label. VG Condition $9.99. Yeah, that's a great Rod Stewart album. Pam Dickens wants the Elvis for $35. Josie Wells is going to get the Gasoline Alley. And those are all sold. And Kenneth, if you decide you want the Stray Cats, just say Stray Cats sold. Or you can just comment Stray Cats. I'll know what you're doing. Let me get everybody an update for the schedule for tonight. Let me tell everybody what's going on. You need to know, I'm sure. You definitely want to know and need to know what's going on, right, Tanner? Okay, schedule for tonight is, it's almost 20 till 10. I have my supper on the way, which I got a notification about 2 minutes ago. They picked it up at Chili's. I planned on taking a break tonight and doing a serious part 2. So we're probably about to do a quick recap. I want to invite everybody back for part 2 because we're going to do some half off. Let me repeat. Do I need to show my face in the camera? Get serious. Half off LPs. That means 50% off. Half price LPs. And we'll show some CDs while we're doing that. So I don't want everybody to go to bed. It will be new stuff not shown tonight for part 2. And it will be 50% off stuff. 50% off. So that's what we're doing for part 2. I'm going to continue to show records. We'll take a break whenever I get to a good stopping point. And I would like, I had a terrible Subway meal. That's the only time I've ate today. It's hit and miss at the Subway that I go out here in town. It was horrible. I basically just had 2 cookies. I didn't even eat any of the sandwich. So I'm desperately waiting for my food to show up, and then we'll take a break. I've got to eat. I'll be in a better mood. I'll be taking more offers when I'm full, right? New Brooks and Dunn. Paul, I don't think so. So if you want one, let me know. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to go back to the first crate. We've went through 7 crates tonight. We've went through actually 8 crates, counting the first recap bin. But we went through 8 crates for part 1, which is pretty fast pace. We usually get through 6 about this time. I'm going to start with this crate right here and do a couple recaps. We have, let me remind y'all some stuff that we have in stock. Yeah, we got some time to run a couple more. We've got a promo copy. I think y'all have seen this before. This is a different one. We sold the other one we have. Paul found this in the back today. We got time for a couple more auctions before we take a break. This is Pink Floyd, The Wall. It's a non-marked promo copy, if y'all know what that means. The labels are not marked promo. It's got a promo timing strip. It's got a gold stamp promo on the back. I think y'all have seen these before. We've had one before. There are some copies, promo copies of Pink Floyd The Wall that are marked promo. And then there's promo copies that are not marked promo. This is one of those. This is a $95 start. It has the promo timing strips on the front. It has the hype sticker. It has the gold stamp promo on the back. That's a $95 start on Pink Floyd, The Wall. That's up for your consideration. Some recap on some new vinyl. We had Slipknot. This is the Subliminal Verses, Volume 3 on purple vinyl, $36.99 on Slipknot. We got 3 more of those back in. Boingo, Oingo Boingo, Boingo Alive, blue, red, and purple vinyl. Those are limited to 1,074.99. We've got 2 of those available. The Polar Express soundtrack, ice-colored vinyl. Polar Express is $28.99. And Joan Jett, I'm really surprised. Well, we sold about half of them. I ordered a bunch of them. We're always needing Joan Jett, and this is pretty much like a hits comp. You got Joan Jett, some of her hits, then stuff with the Runaways such as Cherry Bomb. That is $29.99. Music from Bad Reputation. James Bragg wants an Boingo Alive. Those are $74.99. Looking for a $95 start on Pink Floyd. Another new release is now that's what I call country classics. This is the 90s dance party. 90s country classic dance songs. Yellow and green vinyl, $42.99. We've also got the new Jelly Roll album, Whitsitt Chapel. Whitsitt Chapel, that's kind of hard to say, $29.99. New Jelly Roll. Those are new and sealed. Street date on that is Friday, $29.99. I've got 2, 4, 6 copies of Jelly Roll, 2 copies of Now That's What I Call Country Classics. Joan Jett is $29.99. Polar Express, Boingo Alive, and Slipknot. That was 1 crate of new vinyl from tonight. I'll be posting those in the group. Some of those were surprise new releases that were kind of surprises, and also new restocks. No, we went through 9 crates tonight. We got more new vinyl over here. Yeah, there is the first crate. We have more new vinyl over here. Here is the first crate, which I think has some of the even better stuff in it from tonight. This is so yeah, we've already been through 8 or 9 crates. That's incredible. We covered a lot of ground for starting 30 minutes late. The new Foo Fighters album. I'm down to 3 copies. White vinyl. Those are $29.99. New Foo Fighters. 3 left. We got a restock of Depeche Mode Violator. Depeche Mode is $28.99. That's a gatefold US version. We've got 3 of those left. Depeche Mode. Josie Wells wants a Joan Jett. I've already put that on the bottom, but let me move these crates around. Joan Jett. That's pulled for Josie Wells. Thank you, Josie Wells. Sarah Long wants a Depeche Mode Violator. Foo Fighters, Depeche Mode. Bush, 16 Stone, $33.99. Bush, 16 Stone is $33.99. NXS Kick. NXS Kick is $29.99. We have ESG, Come Away with ESG, $38.99. Brooks & Dunn Reboot, $31.99. There's one for Paul Brothers. And there's one more. That's pretty much the only Brooks & Dunn you can get. It's actually Brooks & Dunn doing covers with these other artists, such as Luke Combs, Casey Musgraves, John Party, Ashley McBride, Thomas Rhett, Kane Brown. Colin Butler wants ESG. So Brooks & Dunn, ow, paper cut myself. Felt very weird. NXS, Bush, Depeche Mode, and Foo Fighters. Passion Pit, Gossamer is $44.99. Passion Pit, Gossamer, $44.99. 10th anniversary, exclusive peach splatter double vinyl. And a restock of Taylor Swift Midnights. Taylor Swift Midnights, $33.99. Paper cuts hurt, don't they, Tanner? Okay, that was that crate. Bill Toe says, give me a Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll sold to Bill Toe. Bill Toe with the Jelly Roll. If anybody wants Pink Floyd, The Wall promo copy, $95 buy it now. $95 buy it now. That's a promo copy of Pink Floyd, The Wall. Has the promo strips, has the gold stamp on the back. Also over here in the non-buy it nows or non-bids, Pink Floyd, $95. Edgar Winter, $35. More American Graffiti, $45. The Monkees was $35, and Fleetwood Mac was $115. That was a Nautilus Super Disc. How long till you take a break? Right now. We'll be back at 10:30 Central Time for Part 2. We'll be back. We'll go from like 10:30 probably to 11:30 for Part 2. We'll have some half-off LPs. We'll be doing some more auctions. and we'll do a recap if we have time of some tonight's. I cannot believe it didn't sell. Looks like we've been through 4 crates of vintage, and everything can fit into about 2. And we've sold some new vinyl too. So we'll be back 10:30 Central Time. Don't fall asleep. Set a timer. Tell your phone, Siri or whoever, say, hey, remind me at 10:30 to watch Coletco. And it will go off, and then you'll know to find us. And that's only if, I guess that's only if we come back at 10:30, which usually that means 10:35. So half off records. I'll do some more CDs. I'm going to finish this box of CDs. Half off. I've got 2 crates of half off to do. It's some old stuff, but we need to do it before we get rid of them. And then that's it. So we'll be back. See y'all then. I'm going to eat some chilies and drink some more caffeinated water. So, okay. We are located in Lebanon, Tennessee, just east of Nashville, about 30 minutes. All right. Thanks, everybody. See you in about